Yeah, yo, two rappers you wouldn't expect. Put some respect on the name cause I'm coming with strength. Too biased, too intelligent, always deliver sense in my element. In my zone until the end. Feeling most at home when I match the BPM. I'm a wordsmith, so words hit when I press send. I'll be surfing, no lurking on my own wave. So press play, tell these fakes to go again.
Truth like Mr. K, man, I represent the whole cabin. My flow patterns of road wagons and flown dragons. Ideas with no planning just don't happen. I ain't trying to spend my years up in Mo's tavern. Grown man with my own farm and my own palace. Hold a coffee in my matcha, I know Paris. Lifestyles with no passion can grow stagnant. Read dreams and assign targets, then go at 'em. There's no match in the stature, that man got low standards. No danker, no gracious, that man got no manners. Cold rapper, I broke rappers and smoke clashes. Hit road and for old rappers with no damage. I got respect for Michelle, but I don't know Sharon. I seen the depths of a well that you won't fathom. I give the best of myself, like it's no challenge. I seek peace as I piece together soul fragments. I tread my tightrope with high hopes, making moves. My family can't pay for food if I don't. Rappers thinking that they Wu-Tang Shaolin. We having fun whilst you stand scowling. On the tiles there I'm shaking a leg, breaking a sweat. Making omelette, never breaking an egg. Ice and cave are the best. Open soul, seek a way to connect. And I ain't evading anybody, man, I'm paying my debts. I said, DC's are treacherous, certain sailors are lecherous. They wanna pull you down to the depths, down where the devil is. So man don't act like they so down for the cause. In reality, they just wanna make their own crowd out of yours. They know how to perform, but low down they deformed. I wanna hear the sound of a stolen round of applause. I was a much kind of guy in the past, but I don't talk today, so if the boot fits, I beg you put it on and walk away.
Yo, two rappers you wouldn't expect. Put some respect on the name cause I'm coming with strength. Too wise, too intelligent, always deliver sense in my element. In my zone until the end. Feeling most at home when I match the BPM. I'm a wordsmith, so words hit when I press send. I'll be surfing, no lurking on my own wave. So press play, tell these fakes to go again. Take a sec. Hold your breath, this time we take them down, no mercy to the end. Heard you wanna come around because they're serving you again. Same cycle, now I'll put my words to the pen. Sick of being sick of the same guy, we ain't friends. Too many times in my life I had to tell him why once again, cause you don't listen. Like Wi-Fi with a broke signal, you're still tripping, so they won't complain when they go missing. Heard there's no difference, real MC cause I flow mythic. Flow's gifted, going down cause your flow's sinking. Too easy, hold smoke when you do see me. All this chatting, I ain't got time, so I just keep a 16 with. Loaded with the bars, I stay smoking with my dog. You best believe it be the team to be achieving when you charge. Said I stay loaded, hold it down for my broski. He the one to come and show me all the things I never noticed. Two rappers you wouldn't expect. Put some respect on the name cause I'm coming with strength. Too wise, too intelligent, always deliver sense in my element. In my zone until the end. Feeling most at home when I match the BPM. I'm a wordsmith, so words hit when I press send. I'll be surfing, no lurking on my own wave. So press play, tell these fakes to go again.
Yo. Right, am I coming through? That was bright in my face, that then, wasn't it? Let me know if everyone can hear me well enough, you hear my mic turning up or whatever. But yeah. Can't hear me. Can you hear me now? You hear me now? Am I coming through? There we go. Right, I'm just waiting for one or two of the other staff members to jump on, but obviously it's getting on. I didn't want you sitting around for ages. But yeah, a few changes. We're coming up with Prem. We'll go through them as well rather than waiting and delaying everything. We'll just get straight into it. And if anyone's got any questions, like I say, throw them in the chat. I don't know what this new XP thing YouTube have done, but apparently it's positive. So yeah, run your XP up. Prestige 50, baby. But yeah, so we'll run through a few things. I'll give it another couple of minutes till anyone joins me. If not, you've just got me. The nice subtle tones of a Sulfodian. But yeah, quite a few changes coming with Prem. I think it's needed. It might seem a little bit extreme when we first go into it, but I feel like we're at this point, and we're not lying when we say Apex is our last big event of the year. There will be no plug event this year, no All the Smokes, no Heavy Darts, no whatever the other events we do. Absolute, there'll be none of that. Apex 6, which is in 2 weeks in London, June 21st at Hootenanny, will be our last big event of the year, as Premier Battles anyway. So yeah, so I mean, we've still got 1 or 2 events. Bloodstro has got an undisclosed event that's locked in. Obviously, we've got the academy that we've committed to as well. We need to speak to all the academy guys and just get a final decision on what they want to do. But the changes are pretty much going to be the day after Apex. Really, we're getting straight into it. And yeah, we'll go through. I won't start until someone jumps in, but if anyone's got any questions, let me know. But when I say, yes, Hylas, I knew I said that when I said it then. It will be always Premier Battles. We're not coming away from the brand. Premier Battles will always be what it is. But it's going to be changes to the point where you might not be able to attend a live Premier Battles event in the flesh for about a year. Yeah. A few things. And don't worry, it's not because anything's struggling. It's not because it's just we've looked at, obviously, if anyone knows, I've torn my ACL, so I've been bedbound for the last couple of days. And I've been through everything. I've been through all the counting history. I've been through all the analytics on every platform, where we're performing, where we're not performing, and how we can really grow Premier Battles into sort of what we think is going to become next and the next steps of that. And this is sort of where we come to. This is why, obviously, the main battles that we used to release on a Sunday, it's just been that way since we started 8 years ago. It's what Dope Flop did. A lot of the bigger leagues release on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. And when I actually sat down and had time to look at the analytics of everything, it was our worst time spot. It was our worst time spot to happen. And, you know, I think that's just the audience getting older as well. People have got kids and being around on a Sunday afternoon. People are out now. People are out doing stuff. And yeah, it was affecting the channel. It was affecting the immediate drops. So we changed it to a Wednesday, which is our highest viewed point on the channel, which is 8 o'clock Wednesday. So all the main battles will now go there. And then the Sunday battles anything that drops on a Sunday will be sort of changeover stuff. So it'll be battle overflow. So sometimes we release on a Thursday. That'll be a Sunday now, along with any sort of compilations and any sort of extra content, interviews and documentary sort of stuff. We've also got the pit as well. The pit, I know, thanks to everyone that put money into the green light for the pit. We filmed it all. It's pretty much at a great place now. But there's a lot of changes with that. That's currently with a sound designer at the minute. So the second that's done, I'll give you full updates on that as well. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let me just have a look at some of these comments, because some of you are talking absolute rubbish. Doing up Roy Keane, mate. Honestly, I injured myself coaching. I don't know how you do it. I didn't get tackled. I didn't fall off ladders. I was coaching a football drill and I turned and my knee went left and my body went right, and my ACL decided it was no longer viable in life. So yeah, I've been wearing a leg brace for the last week and a half. But yeah, to be fair, it's given me a good chance to sit and go through everything. Right, I'm just going to scroll through these questions quickly, then we'll just get straight into this. Probably what else changes. Big question, why? Obviously, we'll go through all that, mate. What comes next? Same again. We'll go through all of that. Academy final was supposed to be the opener for the plug. What event will this take place on? We don't know yet. We're trying to figure that out. The lads that are in the academy and the girls that are in the academy have been offered a place on what's next, essentially. If they decide to take that, we'll end the academy now and they'll get an automatic placement on this next thing. If not, we'll commit to finishing the academy. It'll just have to be around certain things. We can't hold on doing what we're doing at the minute just because of a tournament. And I know that sounds as shit as possible, because obviously we've put time and energy into the academy this year, but at the same time, things are not working at it. It seems like a lot of things are not working in general, and we'll go through them. Obviously, we'll get to the reason why all this is happening, but it's not been an overnight thing. It's been a series of conversations and stuff over the last couple of months. It feels like we've not been active this year, but we've done an event every month. But if you go back, I think 2024, we did 23 events, which is mad. It was pretty much 2 events a month. And then this year we've done one event every single month. And it feels like we've not done much, even though we have. It's just getting to that point. Advert come on after you said you might not be able to go to a live event. Yeah, don't worry, mate. We'll go through this all. I'm literally just waiting a couple of this. Sorry, my mustache is tickling me nose. We'll go through. I'm just waiting for one or two of the staff members to jump on, but if they don't, we'll just get straight into it. They cancel. Yo, Briggz is. What have I missed? You've not missed nothing yet, P-Man. We'll just get straight into it. Right. Fuck it. Let's just go straight in. Yeah. So, as I say, last few days, I've managed to sit down and go through absolutely everything. We've looked at the way we do things, the way we release things, and what the scene's looking like. I keep seeing loads and loads. Sorry, Hilus. The Manscaped nose from a mate is an absolute godsend. I've just not used it today. But yeah, so the way I've looked at everything is we've been at the top of UK battle rap since we formed. There's been so many leagues that have stepped up and said they were the next big thing, or they tried to knock us off or whatever. But we've never, we've just done what we've done, and we've outlasted every single one of them. And that's no disrespect to the leagues. It's difficult running a rap battle league, but I think it's testament to the work the staff have put into the fact we're 8 years deep and we're still maintaining a certain level of what we're doing. But at the minute, I keep seeing the narrative, and I think if anyone's watched the organic interview quite recently that he did, talking about battlers and branding and oversaturation on leagues and things like that, he absolutely nailed it. There's no storyline, there's no narrative. It's difficult, and even me, like take me out from being a league owner as a fan. It's difficult to buy into things at the minute, and I get that. It's difficult to go, I can't wait for this battle because I've seen this battler on 4 or 5 leagues, or Don't Flop was so big at one point because everything led up to something. Tony D and Shotty was like 4 years in the making, and when it finally happened. Like it was, and that's the reason it sold 1,200 tickets. There was a narrative there. Tony was like the top guy. Shotty came in, caught the momentum up, and it was like, this was a mega match, and we can't do that in a minute. We're trying to build people up, but then it just disrupts everything because, if we're putting energy into someone and they go battle, and then put it this way, we've got a document, and all the staff will know this anyway, but we've got a document with everyone that's on our roster. And we have a pathway for everybody that we think is going to work. We don't necessarily always share it, but Gast, Stro, and Troubz over the last year have been reaching out to battlers and saying, look, we think your next steps are this. This is what we do to achieve it. And a lot of the time it works. Vizual's prime example. When Vizual came in, my eyes are fucked and everything. When Vizual came in, we had an idea of where we wanted to take Vizual. And as long as he turned up and battled and prepped, that next step was always there. And I think that's proven itself by doing it. What helped with Vizual, for example, is the narrative was always there. He wasn't branching out. Obviously, over the last year or two, he branched out, but that's because we completed the pathway. He was the Irish champion. We built a division in Ireland, and he was the face of it all. That was the plan with Vizual, to then push him into the top tier. And then the Irish scene has a representative in that top tier bracket, and Vizual done that. And we do that with a lot of the battlers. Like, we have an idea of where we want to push people. And it's not always the idea. It's not always the pathway people want. I won't mention names, but these battlers that pull me after an event and say, why am I not getting a big name and a big stage? And the amount of times I pull people aside and I'll say, you need to take battles you win. Go and win battles. If you win 4 or 5 battles against people, you might not be that interested in them, but don't just aim at the top names, because people have done it before. They've come in, gone to the top, got bored, and then people don't want to see you anymore because you've lost at the top tier before you was even a top tier level. Speaking about Vizual, while I'm struggling with my eyes, I know, mate, I'm just a human mess at the minute. But yeah, it's we just have to look at everything. What are we selling as a product, and how are we selling it? But at the same time, what is the scene doing as a whole? Where is it going? What is next? Because there's no hiding from it. Everything is down. Views are down. Ticket sales are down. Luckily enough, Apex is doing really well. But Absolute was only in March, and it was a great card. And I think we only sold about 70, 80 tickets for it, whereas 4 months before we sold nearly 400 for Rum and Jazz. Obviously, I had Rum, Jazz, Koji, and Gem on different levels of card. But for the 300 ticket drop is pretty insane. Even the smaller events, the short circuits, and the undisclosed, were just not getting the turnover that we was. And I know things are more expensive, And life is just life, and it getting to London and Manchester is expensive. So we've got to take all this into account. By the way, this is not me writing some fucking depression note. I'm just laying out the facts. This is what it is. Everything is more expensive. People don't have money to just go on a 1 weekend away when you've got kids and things like that. So we've had to look at it and how do we tap into a younger audience, but also how do we maintain the loyal fan base that has been there for years. We don't want to alienate that. The reason we've not moved to go into sort of the pen game route and doing on-beat clashes is because we've not come up doing that. You know what I mean? We're an a cappella battle league and we service the interest of a cappella battle fans. That's what we've always done. We dabbled with a few things. We have done a couple on-beat clashes here and there. It's the same reason we don't do like grab bag freestyle. And it's no disrespect to the people that do it, but like, grab bag freestyles or sort of concepts and comedy things like that. We don't really do it because that's not what we like as Prem. We try to put ourselves up there as being the best platform for battle rappers to be there. And yeah, that's when I say that as well, that's not going, we don't want jokey battle rappers, or if anything, we need more personalities. We need people to be able to buy into you as a battler. So we've weighed everything up. We've gone through it all. I mean, Ty there, I'm just seeing Pen Game have smacked it through TikTok. They have, man. There's no taking away from what Pen Game have done, man. They've absolutely smashed it. Like, regardless of whatever went on Twitter and all that, they've absolutely smashed it. There's no denying it. But like I say, it's more consumable for a newer audience. You know what I mean? It's difficult for us to blow up through TikTok and Instagram because an a cappella battle clip takes 40 seconds to pay off because it's a scheme. It's a technical piece of writing. It's not, we could quite easily cut up a choke and put a choke out going, what a terrible choke this is, and get loads of views off it. But again, for the platform to get an immediate hit of views at the downfall of one of our roster members isn't sustainable for what we want to do. We don't do it. We never got in this to be a fucking, obviously we'd love all the views in the world, but it's not, I didn't get into Premier Battles to become a fucking influencer for battle rap. You know what I mean? So it's difficult for us to compete with that on a social media level because a great bit of writing is a 1 minute 30 clip. And younger audience aren't committing to that. Spitting on a beat, the beat grabs you straight away. Then the rapping starts. Don't really matter what you're saying. If the beat's hard, you'll listen to the full clip. I've done it myself. I ended up watching 25 clips of just on beat clashes. And I think we've got to appreciate with a niche community, with a niche sport, and doing what we do. But yeah, so what we're thinking is, I'll just sort of go through everything over it. But so starting from Apex will be our last big event of the year. If you've not got your ticket, go and get your ticket now, premierbattles.club. We really want to make this event special. Just on Apex, like I say, we've not announced any of the battlers. Any battles. We've just announced the battlers. You will not know who is battling until the day. We want to make this an experience from an audience perspective of when you walk through the door at the start at 12 o'clock, you walk out at 6 o'clock going, that was the best event I've ever been to. And that's not just the battles. So all the battlers on the card, we need every single one of you at 110%. Because like I say, if this is our sign off for the foreseeable, like, please turn up, please deliver, please let the fans go away going, this is why I come to these events. And I think attendance is down as well because people are not doing that. And it's not pointing fingers. People are not doing it. People are backing out all the time. The fan retention fan trust is so low due to the amount of dropouts we have. We booked an all UK super card for the premise that everyone we've booked on this card will not back out, will turn up and give 110%. And that has to happen. Obviously, the 9-2 said it there, but it's quite similar to Blackout. And we've always wanted to do an event like this. I think bringing conversation for us, this event was about creating conversation on the timeline, and it's definitely done that. So that's what we want to see. So yeah, so get your ticket, come and experience the event. We've got loads of surprises going on at the event. I'm usually bad for fucking breaking things down out, but I'm not going to give any spoilers away. But yeah, get yourself down, get a ticket, and like I say, let's unless No Lose Chat or Don't Flop do a massive a cappella battle rap event, you won't be getting one until, well, I'll tell you when our next one is. It'll shock you when our next one's going to be. But yeah, it'll be the last time you get to experience it from Prem like this. So what we're planning to do, right? Let me 1 second. I just nearly opened it then by accident. So what we're planning to do, the second Apex finishes. Like I said, it's going to sound mad. It's going to sound mad. Usually I'd have a staff member on here bouncing off me, but I'm talking to myself. So every scheduled Premier Battlers event from Apex is now officially cancelled. And when I say that, if the Academy want to finish the Academy, we will commit to that. Bloodstro's already got an event in Manchester that's already pretty much locked in. So we will commit to seeing that. But everything that has been unannounced will no longer be happening on the channel. It's not. 1 second. Here we go. The cavalry's arrived.
Hello.
Hello.
Did we both arrive at the same time?
Literally at the same time. You two are definitely together. Just looking at each other. Bloodstro's literally on the other side of Gas's camera. So you joined at the right. Have you listened to any of it, or you just joined?
Yeah. I've had it on while eating. So.
All right. Yeah. So I'm just saying, from now, the second Apex finishes at 6 o'clock on Saturday, June 21st. Everything is cancelled, apart from the Academy. Like I say, Bloodstro has got an event that is pretty much locked in. We will commit to that event if everyone still wants to do it. But in regards to everything that we haven't announced going forward is no longer happening. So the plug will not be happening this year. No all the smokes, no absolutes, no whatever the other big events we do. I forgot them all. Apex will be our full stop. I've not got into why yet, Shan. I've not got into why. Don't worry, you've not missed it. Now, the reason we are doing this is because we're changing the way we do things. And the reason we're doing this is because we need to do something that re-sparks an energy in the scene. We need to pull in new audience. We need to maintain the loyal fans that we've already got, but we need to bring some excitement back into the scene. And at the minute, I don't feel like we're fully doing that. We're sort of just rolling event to event to event to event to event, finish the year, and then da-da-da-da-da. So what we've decided to do is 2026. Don't worry, Battle Rap's still here. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. Premier Battles isn't done. 2026, we are launching a full year tournament. Now, it's going to run similar to Anarchy in a sense of we want to bring back what we always said was where winning matters. We want to bring that back to Premier Battles. We felt like we did our best work at the Anarchy tournament. And the year after the Anarchy tournament, obviously we had lockdown and everyone was locked in the house. But the year after Anarchy was one of our best years because people were desperate to come back to live events. But what it made us do was the live streaming element made us provide entertainment to people when they were locked in. So we had I think we did, when we worked it out with King of the Dot, it was over 850,000 views on live streaming through Twitch. Which was massive. And, the channel that we've got on YouTube blew up in subscribers. And then when the doors did open from COVID, everybody came back. So what we're proposing, we're not even proposing, we're doing. And when I say this is drastic, I think this might retire a lot of battle rappers. And I'll tell you why it retires them. And I'm not pointing any fingers at anyone, but we're going to start investing into talent that want to build this scene rather than those that are bringing the scene to an end. When I say bringing the scene to an end, I mean they're retiring after 1 or 2 battles and they've got nothing left. Apex, I feel like we will see a lot of retirements. I feel like people are going to retire after this event. They've not put it out publicly, and it's not for us to sit there and say this person's retiring until they say it, because O'Shea told us he's retiring, then the week after he said he was back active. So we're not going to do it. But I think a lot of battle rappers are getting to the age of 40 and plus, and they're sort of winding down, doing 1 or 2 a year. So we need to now drastically start investing in what the scene looks like in 10 more years. Who are going to be the names? Your likes of, your Tony D's and your O'Shea's, and even myself. I'm 30. I've been retired for 2 years now, but we're at a point where I can't maintain doing 4 battles a year. Tony D can't maintain doing. I'm not putting myself in that bracket, by the way, but age-wise, we're at a point where we've got so many young up-and-coming battlers that are not getting the looks anymore because the people at the top are not really giving them shots out. They don't do enough battles to do that, and it's hard for them to build up. So what we're going to do is we're bringing it. Yeah, I'll bring it up. So can you see this, yeah?
Yep.
So the tournament is going to be where winning matters. And it's going to run quite similar to sort of a match day setup, the way we had it. So go on, Cole J, what's your big problem? Go on. I'll still read the comments. But yeah, so the idea is we're going to run a full tournament. Now, Cole J's probably going to say you're going to get dropouts. We've already thought of all this, so I'll let him see what he's going to say. But yeah, we're not going to do live events. It's not going to be a live event tournament. So what we're going to start doing is we're a content company at the end of the day. We're a content company that has a live event arm to it, because the live event is the crowd and the audience that are there. That is falling massively. There's no getting around it. Unless we do a big event such as Apex or the Plug, we're just not getting them audience in, which means we're actively losing money every month. I've said this for years, so it's not new. Premier Battles runs like Netflix. It runs at a loss. The Patreon keeps us afloat continuously. So everyone that is a Patreon, like, thank you, because this wouldn't even be a conversation we would have finished quite a long time ago. So the idea that we're looking to move with is a tournament, but the tournament is actually going to start in September. And it's going to be, the first dates are going to be September, October, November. Now, the difference is with the Anarchy tournament is they were live streams. You will not see this content until January. So what we're looking to do is, obviously I work in TV. It's what I do full time. I run a production company. We're going to turn Premier Battles into a production company, essentially. We're basically, sorry mate, my lights have fell, so can you see me still? I look like some fucking light bulb. Don't I?
The screen's doing the heavy lifting. You're good.
Yeah, it's fell down, but it's like bouncing underneath me, so I just look like my head's glowing. Right, so the idea is and by the way, this is very, very new. Like, this might not be the final way this works, because we are still fine tuning it, but I just thought it was better to rip the band-aid off and get this out there rather than wait until Apex and stuff. But yeah, we're going to essentially turn this into a production. Now, I've had conversations in the last 24 hours with people I know that basically commission stuff for TV. So the potential goal for us is to do this as a proof of concept for 2026. 2027, we can provide numbers to distributors such as Amazon Prime and become part of that setup. That's where we want to go with it. So the idea is we're going to be filming these as production days. Now, the way that works, the tournament, for example, looks like this. Ideally, we have 8 groups of 4 battlers. We might not be able to achieve that, but this is if everything works out the way we want it to work out. So we have 8 groups of 4 battlers. Every battler battles each other. Top 2 go through. If, for example, let's say it's me and Gasbuff in group 1 and we finish on the same points, whoever won our respective battle advances and goes through. So it's a bit, the actual idea of it is a bit similar to the way King the Dot did the Grand Prix, the Total Slaughter competition, but the production and the creation of it is going to be different by far. So it's a basic tournament. This might just look similar at the moment, but yeah, top 2 go through, last 16, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. And when I say this is the way it's going to work, we're going to put a link out. Anybody can apply for this as long as you've been on Premier Battles. We're not going to be taking tryouts into this on newcomers. It's going to be, if you've been on Premier Battles, you can apply for it and we will select the top 32 battlers that we think go into this. It is going to be a winner-takes-all tournament. So at the minute, we put £3,000 cash prize down for the winner, 1,200 quid cash prize for the runner-up. Now, if you remember the Anarchy tournament, that was originally £1,000. By the time it finished, we had it at £2,500 for the winner. Obviously, sponsors come in, things change. If we draw more monetization into this, we'll put more money into it. But at the minute, as things stand, it's a winner takes all, £3,000 cash prize, and we're still, obviously, it says Premier Battles belt there. I need to have a conversation with Gemini and see what he wants to do. If he doesn't want to pursue with the belt, then the tournament will become part of the title as well. And then obviously a 2027 headline battle, which we would be looking at as the plug. The plug essentially we're looking at restarting 2027 with. Now, I'll go through all the comments in a minute. I see loads of them coming in, but let me just go through this. So the way it works, 3 points for the winner, top 2 advance, like I say, enforced aware winning matters. All group rounds are 390s. We're going to bring back the red light for the back as well when someone does go over that. 3 2-minute rounds as you go on further to the battle. All the judging will not be done. As I say, this is not a live stream. So when we do it, the footage will be sent out, and we're going to start reaching out to influencers, music artists in the industry, and getting them to judge battles, and obviously big battlers as well. We'll be looking at it and package it all up like that. But let's look at the way this works as sort of a production. Now, we're going to be filming in blocks. So block 1, block 2 will be block 1. It's closed environment. We're only going to give X amount. It'll probably be about 10 tickets, which will only be obtainable through Patreon, and you can get access to sort of like an on-set day. But anybody that was on the pit shoot, you'll know what a production shoot looks like. We're going to have a director, producer, lighting rigs. It's going to be a proper production. We're shooting this essentially like it's a TV show. That's the way we want to do it. And 16 battles will be done in one day. Now, that sounds a lot of battles, obviously, but when it's a production day, we're not working on breaks and set times. It'll be block 1 of 8 battles. Block 2 will arrive later. They'll do their battles. The only people that'll be there all day will be the staff. Now, what this does is by us capturing 3 blocks of 16 battles, which would be the entire group stage before it's even January, we will have a live stream on YouTube for free every week. So it'll be on YouTube, and then we're going to reformat it as well. So it'll be live streamed through Patreon, through TikTok, through Instagram, and basically every platform. It'll be a free live stream. Now, when I say live, obviously it's not live as in the battle, but nobody will know the results of the battles. No information will be out there. You might know who battle do, but that's all you'll know. These will be aired as these will be aired as episodes on the YouTube channel every week, leading right up to the time when we do go back to a live event, which, as things stand, is June 6th next year. So everything before that will be done as a production day. Now, I know it looks mad, but what this does is it allows us to, first of all, provide weekly live shows on our platforms and help them grow massively. We can also tap into a new audience. We're hoping by doing this, it allows, younger audiences and things like that, or people who've not been to a battle rap event or just can't get to battle rap events because they've got kids and lives, can still consume the content and enjoy it. Obviously, the live VODs, because this is going to be filmed and ready to go by the end of November, the second hit on Patreon, there'll be full 4K battles. So if you missed the live stream on the Saturday, you'll be able to watch it back. It'll come down off YouTube, so it won't be on there anymore. It'll go straight onto Patreon if you want to watch the whole thing, or every 4K battle will be on Patreon, so you'll have first access to it before it drops as an individual battle on the channel as well. So the Patreon's going to have that, but it's also going to have the only way you can get tickets to these events, and a bunch of other content, which we'll go into in a minute. But obviously, we'll have this. I mean, it looks a lot here, but we'll have a weekly live stream right up until the semi-finals, which is then where we will go back to doing live events. Now, by the time we get to that point, hopefully people have invested into this tournament. They've actively engaged with it for the sake of 6 months. And now people are, ready to come back to events, and the battlers that are on there. And then obviously the grand final we'll do live as well. But the semi-final and the finals will also include exhibition battles. So like I say, some of these battlers that are doing one battle a year but can't commit to a tournament, this is where they get to do their one a year. We'll bring them back to a big show as an exhibition battle, and they can tick off the one bucket list battle for that year. So this is the way it's going to work going forward on the channel. So we'll be live on TikTok, YouTube, Patreon, Facebook, Instagram. It'll be live across everything. Sorry, what's that? Anything want to jump in, boys, or do you want to just keep talking?
No, if you've got more, keep going. I'll hop in when you're done, I guess.
So one thing we want to extend out with this is when the live streams are happening. So say, for example, January 3rd, it'll be 4 battles on the live stream, which would be Group A and Group B. Around that, I'll show you the next slide in a minute, but the way the production days are going to work is we're going to film the battles, and then around the battles, we're also going to film a lot of extra content. So it'll be pre-battle interviews, post-battle interviews. It'll also be, small sit-downs with the battlers. We'll do some games with them. Basically, when this airs on YouTube, it's going to be like a TV episode. It's not going to be like and as much as I loved Anarchy, it was quite raggy, wasn't it? It was like battle, put a slate on. Next battle, put a slate on. Yeah, you'll feel like you're consuming a TV show, and that'll run for all that. But one thing we want to do with this is tap into the streaming community as well. So this is where we want to reach out to the likes of, you know, Koj with his channel, Shotty with his channel, but then, you know, you London Jen, Hulk, everyone who does sort of battle rap content, reach out to the people in the states as well, Kame, but also streamers. You know, a couple streamers we've all got connections with. We're going to reach out to them, and we're going to whitelist everybody's channel. So even though this is Premier Battles content, we want Koj to be watching the live stream on his channel, doing a watch along, so his audience can engage with him and he gets the revenue and the build up off that. But he's also live streaming our events. Same time, Kamek could be doing a live watch along on his one, so his fan base are watching it. And we want everybody to be tapping into this and pushing it out. That way, for example, if Koj is doing a watch along on his channel, he can then create clips out of that, create YouTube shorts, and make revenue off it. Build his own platform up on that, because there might be someone who's watched one of Koj's videos that's never even stumbled on Premier Battles because he's reacted to a pen game or a Don't Flop battle. It's just the way these things work. But taking it outside of battle rap as well, it's a scene where people have got an interest in. All these big YouTube streamers are always watching random shit, and a lot of them follow us on Premier Battles and have reached out about coming to events before and just never landed. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to be like, if you're streaming tonight, why don't you watch this on your stream? We'll whitelist your channel now. You can make revenue on it. So we're going to extend it out and really build it into something. But what this does as well is, when I say this is how it's going to work, we're going to build Premier Battles into like a TV channel. Anyone that knows the way, if anyone's interested in sort of social media and algorithms and all that crap, the way YouTube are now branching into is they're trying to compete with Netflix essentially. So they're going to now start creating box sets and things like that. Slowly but surely, you'll start seeing YouTube launching. So when it has the videos caption, you'll see like Apex, and you click it and it'll have every Apex battle like a playlist, but it'll look like a box set. They're starting to rebrand up the channel and really try and compete with Netflix, which is why there's been loads of changes with Netflix or YouTube over the last 6 months. We want to be at the head of that when that happens. So the way it's going to work is we'll have a schedule. So let's say, for example, these dates, by the way, are just there for now, but it'll be weekly. It might not be a Saturday, it might be a Wednesday. But let's say, for example, we have a Wednesday live stream. For the remainder of that week, because we'll already have the content before that live stream even goes out, the whole thing on the YouTube channel and the Instagram and the TikTok will be narrative building stuff. So let's say Gas Buff Battle Bloodstro, that was on the Wednesday. The Thursday, we've already got content pre-made about that battle, talking about, you know, Gas Buff might have took a loss there, but now he needs to pick that win up against so-and-so if he wants to push through. And we can start building the tension points and things for people to invest in and really understand the storylines. But also it allows us to create additional shows around these live streams. So if this live stream is on a Wednesday, that Saturday, for example, we might already have the idea is where we have a show where it's sort of the Premier Battle staff and we get a couple of guests in, and it's breaking down that Wednesday's event. And we're talking a bit like Match of the Day sort of thing. So we're talking about the moments in the battles, who won what, why is the next battle important because it affects him. And we create a full show around that. And then it would be Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, every week, with more and more content coming out, building narratives, building stories, and building brands within Premier Battles. This is the main thing we've been struggling. Like, you know, we've got some battlers on our roster that make great music, but they're not getting many views or they're not getting much attention. Can we put this machine behind them and really make people buy into him? So the sort of battlers we want in this tournament, I don't care if I get the top tier. I honestly don't. I'm not bothered. I want people that want to build this and make this grow, because that's the only way it's going to work. Then we reassess it the year after. If this does get picked up in them conversations I'm having with people at the moment, I can prove the numbers are there, I can prove the interest is there, then the budget goes up for 2027. Then it's a case of contracting people. People like Urban Roosters, if anyone's familiar with Urban Roosters, they do a similar sort of structure, and now they're selling out stadiums when they do their shows. But everything around it is content-led. We can't do that at the minute because it's just not there. We need to start building that up. So we are going to open the floor. Like I say, the only criteria is you must have been on Premier Battles, and you have to commit to battling. The first 3 blocks are essentially going to be 4 weeks apart. So you'll have 3 battles within the space of 3 months, but then you will not battle again till March if you make it through the last 16. But like I say, the battles will only be 3 90-second rounds up until you get to the final stages of the tournament. But again, if you're a battler coming into this and you've not quite caught on. The perfect thing with tournament setups is you don't know who you're going to face. You know, you don't have to work through the mud. You can come in and be in a group with 2 top-level guys. You might not win them 2 battles, but you've got them 2 on your resume now, and now you're starting to build. All you've got to do is put a showing on there. The Anarchy tournament was the absolute perfect place for that. Bizzo was, when we put Bizzo in the tournament, we were getting comments saying Bizzo isn't good enough to be in this tournament, and he went and won it. You know, Sam Hypes, I think Sam Hypes got to the quarterfinals or something. Like, so many people stepped up. Like, I mean, if you look at the Anarchy tournament, the first round, Rivers went out, Mata went out. Who else went out? Joker Star went out. Pedro went out. Sam Hypes beat Pedro. Like,
yeah,
it's your shot. It's your shot to prove yourself. And if we can build narrative and put steam behind every single battle, so there's going to be 32 battlers ideally in this tournament. If we get 32, that means we put branding behind 32, and we'll have a conversation with everyone who gets in the tournament about what we expect and what you expect, and we commit to that, and we make this as big as possible. Then it builds into this, and then by the time we get to June, we will throw our first live event, ticketed event again, and then the finals. Obviously, it says June and August there, but that's just penciled in for now. But I think this is the way we build it up to where we're going to go with it. We've got to do something, and I think this is it. I might be wrong. You don't really need to see this, but this is sort of the way the production days would work if you turned up. So we'd have block 1, block 2, battlers getting all the sort of stuff done. I think that's all that for. I need to watch what I'm sharing here, though. 1 minute.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well, what's after that one?
That's all our bank details, I think, is the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the way it'd work. 4 edited battles, streamed as a bi-weekly show. Encourage content creators to do their own watch-alongs. You know, like I say, we want to grow your channel just the way it grows our channel. So if we can help out with that, we can do it. We'll whitelist every channel that wants to do a watch-along. Drop me a message, and we'll whitelist the channel so you don't get content flagged at all on it. You know, make your own clips. If you react to something and it's a good reaction or whatever, clip it. We're not going to take it down. We're not going to. The only thing we will take down is people just uploading the battles without any sort of reaction to it, because then you're just nicking footage, aren't you little fuckers? But everything else is fine. Like I say, the Patreon will be the only way you can access tickets. But the day after the live stream, you'll get to be able to watch the live stream back, which won't be available for free. And you'll also get every individual 4K battle uploaded. And as well as all the additional content that we're aiming to make. Like I say, we're looking to really build out a brand. So let's say it's Bloodstro, for example. Bloodstro's on. Let's say it's Bloodstro versus Gasbuff. Yeah, first week. We're going to figure out how do we sell Bloodstro and Gasbuff to our audience for that week. Right, well, we need to make sure they have visibility on all our platforms 3 times that week, whether it's a couple of still images, whether it's a little interview, whether it's a post-battle review or a couple bar clips. Really start to build that up, collaborate with them, and then they gain the following off what we gain as well. So it's about building everybody up. You know, I see on social media all the time, leagues need to do more, battlers need to do more, fans need to do more. Everyone needs to do more, and it only works if it all pushes in the same direction. I'm sick of seeing battlers on the timeline going, oh, battle rap's dead, it's stagnant, it's boring. I'm not buying a ticket if the person I'm about to go and watch is saying it's boring. Like, what are you selling to me here? You know what I mean? Me and Shotty had the same analogy the other day. We spoke on the phone and we were saying the Joker 2. I was massively excited to watch the Joker 2. I didn't watch it, and I've still not watched it because everyone said it was shit. Yeah. I fucking loved the first one. Was one of my favorite films. The second one, I've not even turned it on because everyone said it was shit. Now, if you're a battle rap fan and all the battlers you look up to are going, oh, shit this, why am I going to go and spend 20, 30 quid to watch you? I'm just not. I'll just wait till it comes out. Or I won't even wait till it comes out because battles are not breaking 1,000 views at the minute. Like,
yeah, why am I going to pay for a hotel and travel? You're not.
You're just not, yeah. And, you know, these events are not cheap. Like, I'll be totally honest, and I've always been honest, anyone that's followed us from the start, Premier battles are taking a loss on Apex in 2 weeks. The only way we break even on this event is selling the venue out, and I don't think we're going to do that. We'll probably sell quite a significant amount of tickets, but we've already anticipated a loss. We do that with every event. The plug that's just gone, we lost about $4,000, but we knew what that would do for the channel, and what it has done for the channel, it's pushed us over 20. It's pushed us closer to 30k followers, subscribers, and it's building up. So everything we do isn't about money. It's not about views. It's about growing the platform. By growing the platform, everything else around it grows, whether it's music and just on sort of what we're trying to do as well. So when the episodes drop, I'm calling them episodes, not events. So you'll have 4 battles in there, and then it'll be full with like extra content and stuff like that. But on one of them, when it's ready, I'm going to do a premiere of the pit as well. So the pit will be a part of one of the shows. So you get to take that in. The reason the pit's not come out, someone asked it before, so I'll go into it. The pit's not come out yet because we sat down, the production crew, and we decided we're not going to do the festival route with it. What we're going to do is package it up properly, and then we're going to release it on Premier Battles as an episode, and it's going to be turned into a 5-part YouTube series. That's the way we're going to go with it. We're going to build it into a battle rap YouTube series, essentially. Highly end, like it's filmed on Alexa Minis, which shot fucking Book of Eli and Godzilla and shit. Like it's a proper right. We're going to turn the YouTube series into that, and this is what we're going to do with it. We're a production company that provides content, but the side element to that is our live events. Battle rap will always need its live events because that's what it is. It's a live event sport. At the minute, we're just unable to provide that on a month-to-month basis. We need to sort of starve it. And this is where the drastic thing came from. We need to starve it for it to rebuild again, in my opinion, and all the staff we spoke to. Sort of there. But like I said, just because we're not doing it, No Loose Chat still got events, Dope Flopper still got events, Pen Game still got events. There's one in, where did fucking Carlton Shanks battle last night?
Portsmouth.
I don't know what that's called, but Portsmouth have still got events. Like there's still events people can get out to and support, but to consume Premier Battles content, all you've got to do is be subscribed to us and sign up to the Patreon, and we will provide live events for free on all our platforms. And yeah, we'll just build it from there. I'm going to scroll back through all of these comments, and I'm literally going to answer everybody's. We're nearly 400 people watching, so shout out to everyone that's locked in at 10 o'clock on a fucking Friday night, man. But yeah, if you boys want to run through anything, I'll just scroll right up to the top. Oh, don't.
I can hop in if you haven't got anything strong.
Yeah, go on, throw in.
Yeah, so I just wanted to lead on from what you said about Shanks, Briggsy, because there are other companies in the country that are running events. They just promote themselves very differently, often very locally. There have been events I've run in that has been mostly local talent that have had the same crowds, if not bigger than an average undisclosed. If anything, it's on those other leagues. If they're not promoting, if people don't know they exist, frankly, that's kind of on them. But from all accounts from Shanks, that was a completely different audience that we didn't know about until they were booked there. But also vice versa. I think it's word of mouth is the name of them. They're not getting themselves out to it. So they're out there. There's definitely the potential for other leagues to, if they feel like we're leaving a hole open, then possibly they are welcome to fill that void and do their own things with their own event. But what we are doing, and the whole reason we're doing this, is purely sustainability. We can't be a cappella battle rap just because we run events at a loss. We create the content, we do what we can, but we're reaching a point of diminishing returns. And our strength as a company has always been the production value that we have and that we offer. The fact that you're a professional video editor with connections in the industry, that Rick's a professional photographer and producer. We do everything in-house to a professional standard. And if our strength is post-production and we're not getting the same return from live events, it makes much more sense for us to lean on that. People have been saying for the longest time that they don't connect to new battlers. There's no storyline. They don't connect with people's characters, that there are no characters. But I think a lot of that is coming from people that only see these battlers in the context of a battle. They just see 20 minutes of them rhyming. We can give them something more from that. We might find something that resonates with people outside a battle. You never know. You might do some, we could do an interview outside of the league with, say, Quicksilver that really resonates with people and gets them rooting for him and looking forward to his things in the bracket. If the complaint is that new guys aren't getting big enough shots, we will give these guys new shots. If the complaint is people don't have personality, we'll give them more chances to show them. I think it's a positive change. You know, so it may look like a hard reset, but the alternative is that things just continue and things just slow down, and one day it will just stop and no one's happy.
Yeah,
Sorry, Stroud, go on.
No, I was just going to say, look, I mean, the reality of the situation is, when you look at it, I feel like, touching on what we were saying before in terms of, if I'm a fan and I'm seeing battlers talking about how the scene's dead and stuff like that, as a fan, you wouldn't invest into the product. We've sat there, right? And for example, when we were on set for the pit, it was eye-opening to a lot of people that were on set that aren't necessarily used to being on sets like that, going, whoa, like, this is possible. And then and I know we spoke about it on the phone the other day, but it's like, when you look at what Ballers League are doing with the minute and how they're collaborating with a lot of the streamers, and it's all in-house and everything like that, like, then your mind starts to wonder, actually, this could become a real possibility. And when you look at the strengths that we've got at Premier Battles, and I feel like we limit ourselves in a certain way when we shouldn't, just because when you look at it, like, events have been dwindling. We've been working 9-10 hours on a job and then trying to grasp to put events together and stuff like that. And it's like, we always feel like we're just hitting that brick wall, and it's just constantly frustrating. Whereas this, to a lot of the fans and a lot of the people in the comments, it might feel like this is drastic, but
it's for the better.
Yeah, 100%.
It's for the growth. I think Gas hit the nail on the head a minute ago. Was like, I was in the Facebook forum, the 1XAL setup. I started trying to bring it alive a little bit. I've just took admin over it. Shout out to Elijah who let me do it. I've rebranded the banner and just started trying to get conversation going in there, because people say Facebook's dead, but it's not. It's just my generation that are on it, really. But there's a community of 6,500 battle rap fans in one forum, and it's not been utilized because the politics, you know what I mean? Dope Flop fans didn't go in there. We couldn't go in there because it was Prem and yada, yada, yada. But I shared, what did I say the other day? I shared a post asking what stopped people watching battle rap. And the amount of comments on it were like, I just not invested in any of the new guys. They're not interested in me. And I commented back to all of them going, oh, have you watched any of the Academy this year? And they were like, nah, I've not watched anything since fucking Pedro and Ogmios. And I'm like, well, how do you know the new guys are not interested? You're not watching them. But at the same time, they're not being told they're there. Like, battlers are not sharing battles. They're not. Bobby Rex was the prime example of that for him. He was the absolute king of it, because he went in there. Yeah. When he had a new battle come out, every fucking person in that forum knew his new battle was out. Battlers are now, I lost that battle, so I'm not sharing it. And then it's on 400 views, and you're like, what was the point? You know, we've got to get back to sort of being proud of the product we're putting out, and that's not just the league. The league can't just do that. We can share it on all our socials. Like, fucking hell, I can't even explain the amount of reels I've made in the last 2 weeks, because I've been sat on my computer with like brace on. Like, it's been unreal. But I've gone through loads. Like, battlers, fair enough. Some battlers are starting to share the clips and edit them up, and it's great. The more of that we can do. Someone literally commented on the reel I did with Gast. I did a highlight reel of Gast and Reverse, and I put it on YouTube. And the top commenting on it is some guy going, love this, gonna go watch the proper battle. And then he commented on the proper battle going, what a battle this was. Like, it does work, you know what I mean? YouTube, funny enough, I sent Koj a video before about YouTube shorts. Like, they've just rechanged the algorithm now, so YouTube are not classing themselves. I'm doing a social media fucking exam here, but YouTube are no longer classing themselves as social media. They're classing themselves as interest content creators. So they're now applying their algorithm to interests. So if you're consuming battle rap shorts, battle rap videos, YouTube is now going to push as much as that as it can give you to maintain you on the channel. That's always been sort of the way with the algorithm, but you used to go on YouTube and the shorts would come up straight away, and you just scroll through and you gain videos. Now they're changing it to interest. So you'll log on and it'll be battle rap, battle rap, battle rap, battle rap. They're starting to feed out everything, because they've noticed, you know, if we're throwing battle rap video, you'll like it, scroll to the next one, and it's a fucking turtle on a skateboard, and you scroll off it and shut the app. They've lost you then. Whereas, give you another clip, we'll give you another clip. They're starting to maintain that. So if battlers are building their own YouTube channels up by doing this, it helps you, it helps us. And like I say, I'll never take a clip down off anyone's channel if it's your content. Like, if Gaspuff uploads a reel of all his own bars and they're all Prem footage, I'm not taking that down. That'll stay up. Like, unless he uploads all his battles, then I'll be like, that's a word there, mate. But make content. Content's there. You've got it for free. It's mad, isn't it? Because people want to make content and all this shit and build a brand. If you've battled on Prem, you've got full 4K, 30 minutes worth of content every battle you do. Clip the fuck out of it and put it everywhere. You don't have to sit up in your house and go, follow me today while I go and take a shit. No one's asking for you for that. No one wants to see Bizzle Bond have a shit. You know what I mean? They want to see Bizzle Bond rap because that's his brand. So use it. He's got 70 battles on the channel that he can cut up into stuff. Use Bizzle for an example there, but yes. Right, I'm going to skip through these unless you want to go for anything. But
yeah, real quick, if I could ask the 400 or so people we've got watching to watch Gasper versus Reverse after this stream's gone. It freshly dropped, very well received. But no, like you say, Briggz, like a lot of the reason that I kind of built the hype and the following that I did in my first year was I did lots of promo. I did lots of promo in my style because that was how I wanted to get across what I find funny, and that kind of built like a crowd expectation and a fan base even before I started rapping. But on the flip side, I was always willing to push a loss. I would promote battles that I'd lost just as hard as the ones that I won. And it's a great point that you make, that so many people will take a loss and then just sweep it under the carpet and think, well, if no one sees my loss, that'll protect my stock. We're the ones who book you. Like, we're the ones who notice when you're not pushing your battles, especially if it's for a loss. We take so much more. We have so much more respect for you. Even if you get fucking cooked and you're still like, shout out Prem every time, give this a watch, because that shows that you're willing to build our platform. Even if you're getting eyes on you getting fucking cooked, we're gonna be more willing to book you if you just show that, yeah, big up these guys.
But it's not even just that though. It's like, for example, we're putting an event together. Organize the event, flyer comes out. Don't repost the flyer once at all to say that they're battling on it. But then they'll message you and go, "Oh, can you sort my travel to the event?" It's like, what promotion have you done for this event, mate? Like, it's stuff like that, like standards and stuff like that was really has crept in and it started to slip, and that's part of the problem.
Yeah, definitely. I think the way just touching on the question here, was it a hard decision to make on natural progression and promotion? I think Gas touched on it a little bit shortly, like I mean, before, was we're investing roughly, especially when it's like an Apex or a plug, we put anywhere from 5 to 7 to 8 grand into an event. Short circuits and undisclosed, they top out about $1,000, don't they? It depends. Some of them are quite next to nothing. The sort of, when we do the bigger ones, are about $1,000 when you pay for cameramen and venues and all that stuff. Heavy that, and all the smokes around $2.5 grand to $4 grand depending on the card. So nothing's cheap, you know what I mean? Like every event is costly, and that comes down to everything. But if we could go, right, well, let's strip out the venue costs, let's strip out all the live fee costs, let's strip out and solely put $4 grand, $5 grand into production, we can turn this into something bigger and better than it has to be. And then there's a cash prize at the end of it. It's a winner takes all situation. Like, we're not losing money every week because we're trying to maintain this facade that we can sell out venues when we can't. And I think we need to sort of just go back to producing high quality content and just giving it you to consume. Like I say, it'll be free on YouTube every week. It'll be free. I'm not asking for money for it. Obviously, it'll go on Patreon. That's the back end if people want to watch it back. But if you want to commit to watching it, it'll be free. Like I say, people have not got as much money affordable to themselves anymore, and it's not slightly. I'm the same. Like, you know, getting a train to London now from Manchester is about 130 quid. Then you've got a hotel, then you've got the ticket, and then it's a day of drinking. Like, it's expensive to come to an event, and unfortunately, a lot of our events in London, because we've had to transition from Manchester to London because the fan bases, it was just not affordable to do it up north. So we've had to look at everything. So it was a progression. But the original idea was just do a tournament next year. Let's just strip it back, do the Anarchy tournament. And then, yeah, it was the last couple of days when I've actually looked at everything and gone, we can turn this into something bigger. This, when I look at, I mean, me and, I don't know if I can even say this because it was an NDA, but me and Shotty had a conversation with another league about a year ago about Premier Battles merging with them, an overseas league. And they're essentially selling out stadiums. I'm talking 10, 15,000 capacity stadiums, like huge. And we want to get to that level, but we can't get to that level when we're scraping to get 40 people in a short circuit event. Like it's just not sustainable. We need to provide the product that people will then repurchase and buy into. And like I say, we've got a massively appreciate the loyal community that we've got, and we will provide opportunities to them. You know what I mean? Like we will have small pockets of tickets to come to these events, but the fans that have been coming for years, we will still be there. You know what I mean? We are still, like I say, Stroll probably do his undisclosed event, and we'll make sure you'll get prioritized on these event tickets and things like that. And then when we do launch the ticket sales for the actual live streamed events, they'll go straight to the community that's always been there. And then hopefully the new community that we built merges, and it's a bigger and better event, and it really fucking puts Battle Rap where it should be and where it's always needed to be. But you know, we're not deluded. It is a very niche sport on a tiny little island. Like, you know, it's just what it is. And I'm not saying we're going to go and sell out fucking Wembley Stadium doing it, but it'd be nice to sell out the Ritz again. You know what I mean? That's the goal. If we can sell out the Ritz, if we can sell out Steelyard, like that's all we want. And it's not just a financial element. It's where this scene needs to be. It needs to be there. It's good enough, and the talent is fucking incredible enough to deserve them sort of stages. And at the minute we're getting, like, look at Bizzo and Frankie Fraser. It's so fucking good as a battle, and it's in front of about 40 people. Like if that was in that deserved main stage. Same with Cole J and Black T, and like them battles need big crowds. They need big crowds, and we just can't deliver that in a minute on that level. So this is why, like I say, going back to it, this is the Apex on June 21st will be the last event of its size for the foreseeable until 2026. Once that happens, they might start being every couple of months again. We just need to assess where the scene is at that point. But like I say, the end goal for this right now is to do this tournament as high level as possible in a TV structured format, and then package it together, and then we can then go to a distributor and be like, we can provide this with this talent. We're not asking you to bring in fucking James Corden to rap for us. Like, you're going to be paying for a Gemini to battle. Like, the money goes to battle rappers. We provide battle rap. Give us the right. And, you know, if Rapman can turn Shiro's story into an SBTV series, into fucking making, what was that Supercell thing you made on Netflix? Like, anything's possible. Blue Story, yeah. And it's all it is, mate. The amount of fucking distributors and things I speak to on a daily basis, and all they want is numbers. We've got numbers. Premier Battles channel is impressive number-wise. Like, I know the recent views haven't done it, but it's 8 years old, and we've done multi-millions of views on our channel as a whole. We just need to pick that up to a next level. If we can, like I say, the Twitch tournament on Anarchy did 700, I think it was just over 700,000 views across the whole tournament. If we can package that into our own channel and then go, this is what we offer, we either A, get a massive sponsor for 2027, where we then contract battlers, and you are basically a paid employee for X amount of months to be a part of this tournament, or it goes to, you know, fucking Netflix bought Rhythm and Flow, and it's one of the biggest talent shows on there. It's a rapper show on there. It's massive now. They've just done 3 other countries. Like, that started something similar to this, and then they brought in Ludacris, T.I., and all them guys. But if we have the power because we have the numbers, so we can turn around and say, well, we don't want you to bring in James Corden to rap. This is not what this is. We own the rights, we own the power, and it's our talent pool. And then obviously we turn all into superstars. We fuck you all off, and we all drive Lamborghinis. But that'll be a 2028 conversation when we all turn into rowing. I'm joking. Gotta dig it somewhere. Right, I'm gonna fly through some of these. Is PB going to reverse the revolt? No, because it was 5. Was it 5 judges or 3?
3.
Yeah, it's 3.
It was 3 judges, Brucey and unanimous, who fucking ate Shotty. Both gave it Shotty. So what are you gonna do, eh? like I say, we don't pick the judges on that day. Both battlers agreed to him. Both battlers said yes. Same with every fucking tournament battle on Premier Battles. The battlers pick the judges. We say yes. The judges judge, and you say they were robbed.
All right, move on from the comments.
And I winning, by the way, so nah. Battle Rap is ready for a comeback, but you're right, it's been stale. I agree. Honestly, I've been saying this for the last. We've not had them quite as much, but we usually have regular staff chats, and we've always said it's on the cusp. It's on the cusp of doing something. This year feels like it's took a little bit of a hit, but I just don't know what it is. But I feel like we can, if we get through it. I honestly feel like it's about to be catapulted with the right. Right. I mean, Pen Games proved it, and there's an audience for it. I mean, it's hard saying Pen Games proved it because it's not the same sort of battle rap, is it? I mean, yeah, I love Koj, but he didn't got a plan with what he did. But I appreciate the fact him and Tech and Craig G went over there
Caveman
to try and put on and convert that into what we do as well. Obviously, it got a bit stale at the end. Not stale, it got a bit whatever at the end, didn't it? But who gives a flying fuck about it? But yeah, no, I appreciate the fact. And this goes down to it again, what I was saying before. Koj's done that to build his brand. If if that goes well and the comments are going mad and it pulls in the mad numbers that Pen Game get on some of their battles, then it was a win. You know what I mean? Koj's battles on Prem fly up, Koj's following flies up, and then Koj drops on a ticket list and everything sells out. That's the way it works. Fortunately, it didn't quite happen on this one, but if you don't try, it's not gonna happen at all, is it? Be saying we need more storylines narrative. Yeah, I agree, Cammy, mate. Big up, Cammy, by the way. I've just watched your Apex prediction video, mate. If you're not seeing it, click on Cammy and go and watch that as well. Right, I don't know what I'm clicking here, so some of them might just be calling me fat or something. I've said it again and again. Briggz has always been the honest, but cheers, bro. I try, mate. I try. I've got doubt to hide, to be honest. I'm fucking skint. Mate, the live event industry, and it's not. I think we jump on the timeline, and even battlers jumping on and saying it's stagnant. It is, but it's not. I don't think it's just battle rap. The live event industry is struggling at the minute. Shotty has his wrestling company. It was struggling. We do battle rap. It was struggling. The amount of friends I've got that throw music events in Manchester and things like that, they're all stopping. Venues are shutting down left, right, and centre because they can no longer stay afloat. Which means other venues in the city centre are driving their prices up because they have to stay alive, which means that, we used to use Rebellion. We stopped using Rebellion because it was just unaffordable. And I love Rebellion. It was a class little venue. But every venue like that is, even that off the square that we used to use, it's tiny. But it got out, we couldn't afford it in the end because it was just unobtainable. They were driving prices up or they shut down. That's the industry we're in. Venues are dear off because people are not travelling. But like I say, we used to be able to get a train to London for about 40 quid. It's 100. When I got one the other day, it was £132 to London for just me, for there and back. Like, that's mad. And then if I'm paying for beer all day, 30 quid for a ticket, and a hotel room, you're talking a 300-400 quid day, and people just don't have that expendable cash anymore. I sound like that fucking guy. What's he called? Martin Lewis or something, who talks about saving money and that. Could do with one Big J Wizard. I think we just need to move on, mate. I agree. They were all sick. Funnily enough, I watched One and Old English yesterday. I was doing some clips off it, but One was unreal. Wizard was good. Big J was funny. We've got these guys now. The difference is the platform was bigger. More people were watching them. We've got these guys now. They're on the league. They might not be exactly the same, but the style that you like is there to watch. You've just got to watch it. Cost of living crisis. We'll go through it all day. Right. We've been on for an hour now. I'm going to wrap it up soon. So throw your questions in now, and I'll work down to the bottom of the list, and then we'll call it a day. It's definitely a small niche, and I think everyone appreciates. Cheers, man. Yeah, it's definitely niche, mate. I get shit every now and again because I say it on the timeline. Like, we've got to understand it. It's a small niche. People get frustrated because we're not where we used to be in 2015, 16, but battle rap isn't that. I mean, it was amazing and that, but everything was going fucking viral because viral was new. Being viral was new. Like everything goes viral now. Like there was no such thing. Got to think of it like this. Yeah, when Don't Flop blew up, did you call anybody an influencer?
No.
What was an influencer? It was new. It was new. Like it was fun. It was exciting. It was Vine. Remember Vine? 15-second clips. That. Next one, Vine becomes TikTok. People start dancing and lip syncing. Next thing you know, people are saying, "Come with me while I fucking wash my feet," and they're getting 10 million views. Like it's mad. And battle rap, like I say, it's when we upload a clip. Put it this way: when we upload a clip that's funny and it's an instant punchline, they do well every single time. But a lot of our battle scene at the minute, especially, I mean, it might just be my own personal preference, but I prefer writing punchlines and stuff like that. So a punchline takes 4 bars or more often to pay off. So a new audience member scrolling through, if you're starting your round with, I said, yo, there's 30, you've lost me, the hook's gone. I'm skipping to the next video. It's hard with acapella battle rap to really go viral unless, you know, I do one of these little hook moments where it's like someone pushing someone and then you're like, oh shit, I'm locked in now. And then it goes into the bar, which can be done, but then I need to sort of sell it. Sorry, people are WhatsApping me as well. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. So there's loads of things, man. This isn't something, like I said, this isn't something we've just sat down and gone, fuck it, let's do it. We've thought about everything here. Acapella battle raps, close form shape. Yeah. No, it's definitely. It's mental with the names. Yeah, I'll be honest. I thought Apex was going to sell out. I mean, don't get me wrong. When I'm like, oh, I thought it was going to sell out, I'm not sitting here saying, fucking hell, we've not sold a ticket. Like, it's flying. The venue holds 350. I don't know if we've got a battle rap event in the country anymore that hits 350. Even the Jazz and Nitty battle, I think we sold, by the end of it on the day, I think we'd just sold out. But that was like fucking close, you know what I mean? Whereas if you go back a year before that, Shotty and Shuffle T, for example, sold out within about 3 weeks. That was 350 cap. I think the knock-on effect of Twerk not showing up twice, Tay-Rock not showing up, and then, you know, we strip it down and go back to the UK scene and then censor no shows and Shocks no shows. People don't want to spend 20, 30 quid on a ticket for people that are coming down to watch to no show. And more time, we cannot control it. Like, Shocks text me the morning of the event saying, I'm on the way to the venue. My job's done at that point. If he don't answer his phone, we couldn't do anything. And it's disappointing for us to get on stage and go, Shocks no showing, man, because it makes us look like we're shit. But every time it happens, it kills. And like I say, take me as the promoter out of it. It kills a little bit of enjoyment in the scene every single time.
Yeah.
Because we announce a flyer and go, cannot wait for this. Like I said, that event alone, we had Bizzo and Gemini. We had Rivers and Crow. We had Bobby Rex and Sensor. Shocks and Visual. What else was on that card? Archaic and Rivers. Like, we really went to town on the UK. Yeah, Frankie Sean, sorry. We really went to town on the UK talent because we were like, no one's dropping out of this. Obviously, Shocks was always a risk. But the reason people will tell you this, Trouble, for example, brought Shocks back to the table because he'd spoke to him. I went through about 4 weeks of talking to Shocks every night on the phone. He was spitting his bars to me. He wrote his bars. He had his first round. But even before we locked the battle in, I was in conversation with him every day on WhatsApp. And every day he was saying, I've changed. I need to come back and do one more. I owe it to the fans. Please take a gamble on me. And I took the gamble on him. I took it, and it bit me in the ass. But what that did was, obviously, it made us look a bit silly because we booked Shocks. But everyone who turned up to watch Shocks, and even if you didn't know it subliminally, you was like, again, like, it kills that tiny bit. But there's been so many little knocks on them. I feel like I'm fucking moaning here, daughter boys. I wanted this to be an exciting stream. Koj, finally Prem is cancelled. I used to pray for days like this. You've got one more left to do, Koj. Oh God, I tell you what, if Koj turns up and he's not prepped for this battle and it's the last big one we're doing, I'll be very, very disappointed. Right? Very disappointed. That's the Raptor main event. Yeah, it's July. I don't know what's 19th. The date. 19th. It was the one Raptors main event in, but his opponents backed out. So we're working on. Sorry, Stro, I know it's your event, but we're working on trying to.
I was going to announce that tomorrow because I'm just done with.
Yeah, well, it's a weird one, isn't it? Because we can't announce it because we didn't announce the battle. But yeah, basically, Raptor's opponent can no longer make the date, so we're just trying to figure out what the next one is. Right, Anarchy tournament was unreal. Yeah, it's one of my favorite times. That man. Do you think having this 6-month break will for sure build interest? Maybe at the expense of people forgetting about UK battle rap, they won't come back. If that's the case, man. Like, the reality is, the people, and I'm not pointing this at you, Hylas, but like, these people that don't come to events anyway. These people that don't come to events and they only watch battles that are Shotty or Gemini or Tony D or whatever. I want to start using this platform to build high quality products, but also investing in people that want the scene to grow. That's the most important thing right now, is wanting the scene to grow. Because if we're all here to just take a paycheck and do these events and just go from event to event to event to event, it is going to end up stopping 100%, because it's already feeling stagnant, because that is what's happening. It's an event. 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 Oh, it's a big event. But then we're back to another event and then another. There's nothing. There's no reason to invest. Do you know what I mean? The reason football is so territorial and globally massive is because it's a season you buy into every week. Every week is a win. You need to win. If you don't win, it affects your chances in a cup. If you don't win in the cup, it affects your chance in the league.
And the storylines and
Tottenham going to beat United in the fucking Europa League, first trophy they've ever won. There's a storyline there. Crystal Palace beating fucking City and Newcastle beating Liverpool. These storylines, fans buy into it. I'm a United fan, and I sat there when Crystal Palace beat City and was like, fucking well done, man. Obviously, I was gutted when Tottenham beat us, but, it's because you invest in it. You invest in that moment with the fans and things like that, and we need it to get back to that level, but rather than football clubs, people being invested in battlers. Like, I want this tournament, yeah. If we put enough energy behind all the battlers and help build everyone's brand, let's say Gas Buff's in it and it's Gas Buff and Bloodstro in the semi-final and Gas gets knocked out, I want the fans on the fucking chat and everything like, whoa, what? Like, Gas Buff's the favourite, he's got knocked out. You know what I mean? Like, invest in it to that point where, look at Bizzo, man. Like, Bizzo's Anarchy tournament run was fucking sick. It got to the point where Bizzo was in the final against Bobby Rex, who's one of my favourites. And 3 months before, people were saying Bizzo shouldn't be in the tournament, and now they're saying, is he going to beat Bobby Rex? There's no way he can beat Bobby Rex. Bobby Rex is, people were saying, oh, Bizzo's not got the performance to him. Bobby's going to get in his face and break him down, and Bizzo won't be able to handle it. And then Bizzo won, and the comments on Twitch were like, whoa, what the fuck? Bizzo champion.
There was people in the room on the day before the stream started that never gave Bizzo a chance.
100%. And that's what we want with this tournament. I want for me, out of the 32 names, I want one person we look at and go, But you know what? They grab it, pause, they grab it by the bollocks and eliminate everyone, because tournament battle rap is tournament battle rap. All you've got to do is win judges. Win judges. Yep. You don't have to win the room. Win the judges. Win the judges. Knock out some big names. Like I say, there'll be people in this tournament that might end up in it. If I'm coming in this tournament and let's say give me a new battler. Let's say I'm Hamill, yeah? And I go in as Hamill, and in my group I've got, even if it's the likes of fucking, let's say Gas Buff, Mackenzie, and Bobby Rex. If I'm looking at that, I'm going, fucking, that's three battlers I probably wouldn't be battling with anytime soon. Like,
yeah.
Now I've got them all on my resume in the space of 3 months. And it's free, like I say, the rounds are free 90 seconds in the group stages. Get your material off. Anything can happen in 90 seconds.
Yep.
So yeah, I think, like I say, when I use the word drastic on Twitter, it might have been a bit heavy, but it's because of things like this. We might lose fans. I'm expecting quite a lot of battlers to retire because what platform are they going to go on? They're already outpricing leagues. We're the only league that we can afford to pay some of these guys, but they're also battling once or twice a year, and it's not doing nothing to push the scene forward, is it? Like, I love it. I love everyone that's involved. I've got so many friends in battle rap, but we need this. I need to see, as a business owner anyway, I've always got to prioritize the business, and I need to see where this is in 5 years rather than 6 months. And at the minute, I can't see where it is in 6 months. With these changes, I can see where it could be in 5 years, and that is important. The first day me and Shotty launched this league, we both sat down and we said we do not take a penny out of this business until it's financially stable to pay both of us an equal wage. We're not at that point yet in 8 years, but that's because we invest every single penny we make into this league. And at the minute, the way it is, that cannot continue into next year if we keep doing one event. Making these changes, we might lose fans, we might lose battlers. It is what it is. But you know what we'll gain on the back end? We'll gain new battlers and we'll gain new fans. And it's a new look at it. Like I say, if this goes really well and the dream works, and then 2027 we get a massive investor or a sponsor or a distribution deal, then it's done its job, because then we make it bigger. That 2027 year, we could literally double the size of this and make it international if we wanted to, if it was done right. So yeah, these plans with it, it might take a year or two to nail down. We might have a load of mess ups, we might have a load of dropouts, but this is all part of trial and error. And to be honest, we're throwing events every month now, and we're already having fucking dropouts and errors. Like, it's part of it. Except this time, it won't cost us money. Us this time, is us even still going? Are you planning to use the Patreon to help bridge that period in between? Anyway, yeah, the Patreon will still have stuff. So obviously we still got Apex, so that'll still go on. Sorry, my throat's going a little bit. Obviously Troubz got the undisclosed event in July, which we'll commit to, and that'll continue. Sorry, fucking hell. But yeah, we've still got stuff coming for the Patreon. Don't worry, that'll still be maintained. But like I say with the Patreon, if you stick with it, the second January hits, you'll be inundated with content. Like, there'll be content pretty much every single day on there. And like I say, you'll also have the only access to tickets to come on to set. And you'll have first access to everything live event that we do. Right, fucking, I went on 550 views at fucking 11 o'clock on a Friday night. Shouts to everyone, man. By the way, go get your ticket to Apex while I've got you all. PremierBattles.club, June 21st in London. We are back with, I personally think this is one of the biggest cards we've ever thrown with UK talent. And like I say, we've got a few surprises in our sleeve. I'm not going to say what they are because I'm terrible for leaking things. But I want this event at Apex. This is the sad thing as well. I don't even know if I'm there because I find out if I need surgery on Wednesday. I want this event to be one where people walk away going, I was at that fucking event, man. That's what this event has to be. And that comes down to us as staff, but it comes down to the battlers. Every battler on this card has to deliver. I don't want no chokes. I don't want no bullshit. Because if everyone turns up and they're not prepped and chokes, then straight away, I know we made the right decision and we might as well just cut there. Like,
no getting there late, waiting on you to fucking arrive, and then we've got to rejig the schedule. None of that shit.
If the elite guys in this game, and we keep saying this is elite because I genuinely feel like everyone on this card is elite. If you're elite and you're on this card, you cannot turn up to an event like this and fuck it up. You've got to be on game. Like, that's just the way it is. And I'll have a few angry text messages sent out if I don't feel like you've been delivered. All right, Stro. Oh shit, I just leaked the secret battle. Fuck it, we might as well. Stro versus Yanef is happening. But it's 3 rounds of fist fighting. No. Oh no, sorry. We switched it up, didn't we? We said it was going to be that slap tournament where you stand over the table and just slap each other really hard.
Yeah, UFC style.
Shannon, by the way, bring your birthday cards because it is the man, the myth, the legend. It's Troubz's birthday on the day of Apex.
It is indeed.
So get a ticket because it's Troubz's birthday bash. Get a ticket, come and say hi. Should we get him a cake? He's not on the stream, is that? Should we get him a cake?
Yeah, let's get the venue to put happy birthday on as well.
Yeah. If the tournament forces rappers to write for a year, it'll be worth it. So the way it worked, like I say, I won't go too far because we've been on here for an hour and a half now. So the battlers that enter, you'll battle in September, you'll battle in October, you'll battle in November. It'll all be closed set. We will have a little bit of an audience there, but it'll mainly be battlers, staff, and a couple Patreon fans. But yeah, it's 3 90-second rounds. So if you can commit to that, you will then not battle until March. So you can rack up. I know it's going to feel like a lot, but I did the Anarchy tournament, which was every 4 weeks, and I got to the quarterfinals. And I should have got to the semi-finals, really, but Rick told me to pull out a wand, and it didn't go to plan from that point. But, you know, it is what it is. Bizzo wrote every 4 weeks. Bobby Rex wrote every 4 weeks, and they both got to the final and put on a classic. So it's doable. And trust me when I say this, you do get into a routine of just writing and prepping. And you've only got to do it 3 times. I know it sounds like a lot, but 3 times, and then you'll know if you're in the last 16. If you make it to the last 16, you won't battle until March. So you've got a bit of a break. And then it'll be March, 2 months, and then another event. And then by that time, it'll be the semi-final. Right, I'm going to scroll through. I keep stopping. Oh, Cammy, super chat. Fucking sorry, Cammy, mate. You didn't flag up on this StreamYard thing. First of all, I want more XP, so I'm buying a super chat. Yes, Cammy. But also, with the tournament, what do we do with the championship belts? Right, so Gemini's belt, I'm going to have a conversation with Gemini. I need to see what he wants to do. If Gemini wants to give the opportunity to the person who wins the tournament as the first title defense, then we'll make that happen. If he's not too bothered, because I don't know where Gemini is at with Battle Rap. I don't know. So I don't know if what he's doing, what's next, or what he might be. He might have 1 or 2 more. Don't know. I'm not saying nothing. Might have 1 or 2 more. But he might be retired. I don't know. If he is, then the title's up for grabs. But if not, what a fucking great end of tournament thing is. Your next big battle is against Gemini for the belt. So I need to have a chat with him about that and decide. Bobby Rex's belt, we're just going to keep as it is for now. The thing is with Gemini's belt as well is, I'll be honest, there's no one in line to challenge for it yet. Like it's not even worth having the conversation of, because it's too open. There's no one that stand out. Even by the end of this year, there's no one really stand out that's challenging for it. So it probably would have been a defense next year. Bobby Rex has got the Continental belt. He's going to keep that. And we are, like I say, when we get to the semi-final stages, we will have exhibition battles. So it might be a case of Bobby does an international battle on that and defends the belt. Or, you know, you never know. He might defend it before then. You'll have to turn up to Apex and decide what's going on when you arrive, innit? So we don't know, do we? Because we're not saying nothing. And I'm trying really hard not to give any spoilers away. But you'll have to just turn up and be
You've been well behaved, Briggs. It's gone really well.
Cheers, mate. We're not finished yet.
He gives me fucking PTSD when he starts talking about stuff he shouldn't.
No, so the way Prem's worked, mate, we've already got a back catalogue up until August, and then obviously we've got Apex this month, so that'll take us into October. Stroh's got an undisclosed card, so there'll still be regular content and battles dropping on the channel pretty much up until the day this starts anyway. One thing we've got with Prem is a back catalogue of battles that have just not. I think what we're dropping at the minute, we're still dropping. We've only just started dropping.
Yeah, they dropped the first one from the last undisclosed, and then we've got a short circuit, and then Apex. So we've got ages, and then at least 1 event after Apex. So we're good for content for ages.
Yeah, definitely. We're usually 2 events in front. So yeah, by the time this happens, we'll basically be back on track. There might be a week or 2 gap, but you know, we might host a couple little side battles. Oh, don't forget as well, if we're going to finish the academy, then that'll still be coming out as well. So only people who have already been on Prem, we're finished. I hate Code Jamie. Rough application date. I'll probably put it out this weekend, to be honest. Start getting some names in and dates. Champions League Battle Rap Wax. I like that. Would the scene not benefit from increasing the talent pool as well? It's just difficult, isn't it? I mean, like I say, there's other leagues. Like, people can still go and try out on other leagues. I don't really want to take tryouts into this tournament from the start because they could be fucking garbage. Yeah, I don't know. It might be a case of we run the tournament. Like I say, we're still fine-tuning everything. We might get to a point where we film September, October, November, and then December, January, we're actually not filming anything. There's nothing going on. We might throw a small room event with 50 people in there and it's tryouts and newcomers. But at the same time, this is where other leagues like No Lose Chat and Don't Flop and whoever step into what we've been doing, start giving more tryouts out, start getting new names in, but they'll also get more battlers now going to them because there's not an option to come onto Prem at the minute, which benefits everybody then. And then when we relaunch the tournament for 27, if we do it again, we'll have eyes on these people. You know what I mean? All we're saying now is the application will open and it's just people who, I mean, when I say been on Prem, you know, if someone who's, I was going to say Craig G then, but he's been on Prem, Anna. You know, if there's someone that's been on No Lose Chat and we can see your resume, then yeah, you can more than happy for you to apply. If you've been on Don't Flop and you've not been on Prem, more than happy for you to apply. If you've been on this league in where? Plymouth?
Yeah, word of mouth, yeah.
Yeah, if you've been on there and you want to apply. As long as we can see you've got talent, we're going to pick the best 32 that apply to basically come into the tournament. And then we'll open it up. You know, the fucking ideal thing is this does really well in 2027. We're doing 64 battlers and making it massive. Like, you know, that's what we're thinking. You know. Right, most of this is just CoJ92 arguing. What about the academy? No, so you must have missed that, Shannon. So the academy at the minute, we're gonna have a chat with the lads first, and I keep saying the lads. I keep forgetting B Rambles in the tournament. We're gonna chat to all the battlers. I'm so used to saying the lads because we've got fucking 3 female battlers. Yeah, we're gonna have a chat with them and decide what they want to do. We are going to offer the potential of just join. They will be guaranteed a slot in this tournament if they want it. If they want to commit and finish the academy, we'll commit and finish the academy. Can you not enter the tournament? Nope. This looks like the perfect. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, I've got nothing against Tom. Nothing at all. But he's just burnt too many bridges with all the staff members to even be a part of this brand anymore, which is unfortunate because he's really fucking good. But it is what it is. There's other platforms for our Tom. Perfect place for Hood's Finest. Exactly. If you're Hood's Finest coming in here and getting put into a group with 3 battlers who have had 30 battles between them, then it's a great way to take some heads off. Creativity is beautiful. Thank you. This is sick. Cheers, Linda. Sorry, I'm just going to keep clicking on him, so some of them just might not mean anything. Battle of the Year convo still happen after Apex. Yeah, why not? We still have battles, won't we? Hopefully the Battle of the Year is on Apex. So for an entire year while this tournament runs, there'll be no new talent coming to PB. Surely we'll tell. Yeah, it's not stealing, is it? It's a part of the same scene, man. Like I say, you know, whether it's on Prem or not, other leagues can benefit from this as well. Like, you can take in the talent we would usually take in and build them up on your roster, and then when they come to Prem, they're ready to go and things like that. Like, we can do that. It's not an issue. And like I say, we're still fine tuning everything. There might be a break in the gap where we go, we've got all the content filmed for this tournament, the group stages. We've got 3 months off. Let's do an intake day or whatever. I mean, and I'm not being funny. Like, we've took in so many new names over the last 2 years, Prem. Like, so many new names, and it's sick. But we could do with some other leagues taking them in as well, like, because it's difficult for us to really build some people up when we are doing Apex and stuff because they're not ready for them stages. But then at the same time, we're losing too much money doing smaller events. So, you know, the more platforms there is, and yeah, we'll see where we go. Next one. It should be a way to just automate these. Cheers, Rev Wolf. Patrice every week. Yeah. It all sounds great over them missing a crowd like COVID football. Yeah. I mean, there'll still be a crowd. There will still be a crowd. There'll be every event. There'll be 32 battlers in the room. By the way, it's all going to be small rooms. So 32 people in a small room is going to be good. There'll be all the staff there, the production crew, and like I say, there will be exclusive tickets for Patreon. Probably only about 20. But I mean, you two lads were on the pit filming. We only had about 40 people in the room, and it sounded like a rap battle event. So apart from some people didn't know how to react, and they were like, "Ooh." Yeah, I agree, though, mate. You know, battle rap is a fan base sport, but we're not getting a fan base in. Cheers, 9-2. My money's on Barca with a clean. I agree. Right, you lot are live without me, yeah? Pagans. Sorry, Troubz, man. Sorry. It's in the chat. Let's see, Mike. Too chatty for there. Fair play, Briggz. Solid plan. Just praying he's pull it off for the culture. We will do, mate. Don't worry. As Gasbuff says it very nicely in his videos. We don't miss. We do. We've missed quite a few times, but we just
but it works as a slogan. Like,
yeah, it works as a slogan.
Have to be true.
It sounds great on a trailer. Same with where winning matters. We've said it for years, and we stopped winning battles for long.
Being disappointed to see Matter winning.
Listen, if you've not gathered it, look, guys, we've got 600 viewers, and now if you've not gathered it, we'll just fucking wing this whole shit. But it's just worked. Yeah, it's a huge change, make people nervous, but super excited. I think that's the thing. We've just got to embrace it. If it works, look, it might not work. It might flop, and it's a terrible idea. But I think you've seen enough times with Prem. If we know something's not working, we change pretty quickly, and that this will be no different. So the Title 26, you're going to bring in no new battlers. Yeah, if that's the way you've seen it, then yeah, we're going to kill the scene. Sorry to all the other leagues that are throwing events. Yeah. Galagapos, are you coming to Apex by any chance? Let us know. Shen Miao sounds awesome. Cheers, mate. Change definitely needed. This is an exciting concept. Cheers, Jen. So to be clear, live events are done for the foreseeable. Yes, as live events stand for now. Like I say, there is other leagues. People can go to other leagues. That it'd be nice to see No Lose Chat filling up venues and Dope Flop filling up venues. I had to fucking stutter when I say that then. No, but they still rap. We're not the only event. You know what I mean? And I think this is just a trial we're going to do. And Linda says that. I know for a fact Linda finds a back door everywhere. Linda will be at every fucking production of Linda and Shannon get where water can't, mate. I'll turn around and we're both stood there. Necklace is on with a little staff pass. Linda will be on a camera. Shannon will be holding a boom pole. I don't know how they've done it, but somehow they've done it. And then at the event,
they're there before the staff.
Dub T, can't express how excited I'm for it, mate. Good to have Dub. I think it's the perfect tournament for someone like Dub as well.
Yeah, it is.
How do fixtures get drawn? Good question. So I think I've deleted it, but I did a tester one today and I won it. I won the whole tournament. So we'll get the 32 and then we'll decide what I was thinking. It depends on the level of talent. So we'll get the 32 names. And then I'm thinking of doing it similar to the way like the Champions League is. So I'll put like seed 1, seed 2, and make sure every group has a seed 1 in, seed 2 in, a seed 3 and a seed 4. And that way the competition's quite spread then, and we're not getting one group of newcomers and one group of top tiers that eliminates them. What I want from this is the people who are built like a Dub T, for example, perfect example. He's sort of still on his rise. I want him to get some battles he might not have got for 2 years because someone takes one battle a year or whatever. So it's a good opportunity for people like that. Is there a way of trying to save the scene, to be honest? The last thing we want to do. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, mate. What about Shotty Gem? But what about all the good battlers? Name them. Conceptually fire, but I don't know if we've got 32 battles. Yeah, like I say.
We'll see. We'll give them the chance to sink or swim.
Yep. And, mate, we've said this as a staff chat. We're not scared of this. And I mean this in the nicest possible way, and I'm not aiming this at anybody. But I said it to the staff the other day. We might have to eat shit talent-wise for a year, but I believe in this tournament and what this tournament can do. If we can use this tournament to develop 32 mid-tiers, then that's what we're doing. We create a new top tier. Because I'll be honest, the top tier right now are doing 1 or 2 battles a year, and even then, they're not preparing, they're not turning up, they're not promoting, but they're still asking for top tier money. It's not sustainable. You know what I mean? It's very rare any of them are putting the work in. I'm not aiming this at Koj, by the way, because you've done 3 battles in the space of 6 months. So this is definitely not about you, but getting battlers who are charging a couple £100 to do 1 battle a year and never share it. The only thing they share the flyer with is a fucking fire emoji. And I'm past all that. I'd rather invest in someone who is doing 5 battles a year and actively trying, like a Dub T, who wants to get better every single battle. I'd rather put the business's money, the business's brand power, and the business's production value behind someone who wants to build, because if they build, we build, and that's the only way this works. So I'm genuinely not bothered, and I say this, we'd be fucking just genuinely not bothered if this tournament has 0 top tiers in it, because if you want to do your 1 battle a year and charge whatever you want to charge, there's other platforms for you to go and do that on. Have fun. So yeah, this is where if you want to be a part of this tournament and build up and build something exciting and potentially look to where it can lead to in the future, as I say, potentially looking at distribution on streaming platforms, then come and be a part of it. It's that simple, isn't it? Like, you know, we want to build here. We're not doing what we're doing at the minute isn't doing fuck all. I don't think Skill and Seeing the company's been running at a loss. They have to have it. Yeah, bang on there, mate. Don't need 32 code. I'd love 32 code, Jays. I'm gonna get rid of Stroh because he's having a shit or something. Lucky's bringing on a bit about the business. Oh, he's back now. His forehead's back. It looks like he's having a shit. It's heavily rumored that Acret's secret battle is Shotty and Gem, but I struggle to see why you wouldn't advise that. We've never said it's Shotty and Gemini. We've also never said it's any other battle. We've not said it's Shotty and Gemini. Like this Shotty and Gemini, but I know they're making diss tracks with each other right now, but this came from Twitter. Like, we've never said on Twitter Shotty and Gemini is happening. We've also said it's not happening. You know what I mean? Get your tickets to Apex. But no, Shotty and Gemini is not on I forgot the event. It's not on Apex. What I would say is it would be very, very silly for a rap battle league that is struggling financially to not announce Shotty and Gemini.
Like we are live streaming this as well. So for the sake of our international audience who will hopefully be watching through the Patreon, who would also quite like to see Shotty Gemini, it would be rather silly if we did not explicitly say. But, you know, they are two names that are secret, and they are indeed two people. They might be there. They might not be battling each other. That's the fun of secrets. They're secret names.
And no one said Shotty's not on the card. No one said Gemini's not on the card. There's two. We could have Shotty and Soul.
Stop talking.
Could have Gemini and Shuffle Team. Don't do it. These two names not announced. And we've also not said them two people are battling. They could just be two big names against someone else that is already on the card. The secret for the reason. Right? So it's not Shotty and Gemini. Should we organize? This is what I want, Shannon. Live stream parties. Let's get together. I want to build this up. If anyone's familiar with the Ballers League, they are doing an exceptional job of this. They're building a community. So they're getting live streamers to do watch-alongs and watch-along parties with people and stuff like that. Like, it might even be a case of we throw a Premier Battles watch-along party when it is live. You know, we'll book somewhere, put a screen up, and this is where we might be able to do a couple tryout battles. We throw 1 or 2 battles, newcomers, and then we have a monitor up and we all watch the event. I don't know. Like I say, we're still fine-tuning the whole product. This is just the decision we've made in regards to events, but the whole packaging around it and everything we are still working on. I did a screening for one of my films in London the other day, in where Concrete used to be. What's that area? Is that Shoreditch or Camden?
Shoreditch.
So Shoreditch. There's a tidy little cinema venue there. And I got chatting to the guy, and it's potentially something where we could do a watch-along party there, and you have like popcorn and drinks, and like you can drink beer and all that in there. So there is options, but we'll look at that. Like I say, we're not sort of deciding what the final package is. Is it going to be top tiers? Nope. The scene is dying. PB cutting on me, but I'm basically going online only. Yeah. You know what? I like you, mate. Glass half empty kind of guy, though. Glass half empty kind of guy. You know what I mean? Just gotta love it. But like I say, not everyone's going to agree with this. It's drastic. But we're not the only league. You know, we can't say the scene is dying because Prem ain't doing events. Knowledge Chatter here, Don't Flop are here. Word of Mouth are there. Iron Bars are in Scotland. Pen Game and doing a cappella battles. There's options. There's not just us. And I like it. It rubs my ego the right way when you think Premier Battles stopping doing line events kills it. Because it's really important.
And if you're not happy with it, you're welcome to try. You're welcome.
I'll tell you what, if you're not happy with it, I'll make you a deal. If you're not happy with it, go to premierbattles.club, click on tickets, buy one for the event that's called Apex on June 21st, and I will have a 20-minute conversation over a table about why you don't like it, and we'll discuss it. We'll have an open debate, and then we'll shake hands, and then I'll thank you for coming to the event. I'll walk you in, and I'll say, "Oh, next up is Shotty and Gemini." Joking. Don't take that fucking verbatim.
That's getting clipped. That is 100% getting clipped.
Shotty and Gemini's on Apex. It's not. It's not. Technical question. What does whitelisting a channel mean? It means that. So we have a content ID on our YouTube channel. So if so, and some cheeky bastards do it, upload the battles to their own channels, or they upload clips. YouTube reads the audio and it flags up on my channel. Premier Battles channel saying DW's uploaded clips of his battle, and then from my YouTube studio, I can option to take that down and flag a copyright on your channel, or I can whitelist it, which means it's fine, it can stay up. We give permission for that channel to monetize it. Sometimes they do it where it's a monetized split, so like 20% will come to Prem and you'll get the rest or whatever. But I'm willing to, let's say, I'm just using it as an example, Cammy or Koj are doing a watch along, I'll just whitelist it and then they can do clips and whatever they want to do with it. Back at the streaming set already. Yes, you had, Cammy. DW. Oh, yeah. Sorry, like I said, I'm just clicking on this, so I'm sure I'm live streaming these. The tier system is going so good for the scene. Yep, exactly, Dubty. Everyone's battling everyone. This allows battlers to get more opportunity. Yep, exactly. Sorry, boys, I've kept you on for well too long here. We're on for nearly 2 hours now.
All good.
Nobody's allowed to leave you now. Yeah, we're celebrating Prem. We're celebrating Trouble, man. We're celebrating Troubz. It's his birthday. Troubz has done so much. Same for Gas, same for Stro, same for Rick. Actually, not Rick. Rick don't do fucking anything. I didn't mean same for Shots and Rick. Like me, Shots, Stro, Troubz, and Gas work really, really hard, and Rick just takes photos. But yeah, let's celebrate it, man. Let's celebrate the event. Let's celebrate the battlers, because, like I say, it's not for us to say who's retiring. But I think this will be the last time you'll see a few of these faces, especially for any song. Happy birthday to you. No, just chatting about everyone having a party for your birthday after the event.
Oh yeah. Oh, I came in as you lot talking about that.
Yeah, well, Shannon said no one's allowed to leave after the event because we need to celebrate Prem. So I said, no, we've got to celebrate Trouble. It's his birthday, man. Yeah.
We're not saying.
No, we've just been through everything. We literally got nearly 700 people watching, so I'm just trying to got just at the point now of going through the questions. So, anything you want to talk about while you're there? Anything you know the idea.
You said it all. I've been at work. I just got in. Even my computer's not working. That's what I want to fucking say. My laptop's fucked. But yeah, no, nothing. I'm good. How's everyone? How does everyone feel about the idea? Can I look at comments?
Yeah, it looks quite positive. To be fair, mate, we've just started going through them. Most people are positive. Koj is just saying it's not going to get any top tiers in, which I'm quite happy with. I think if you want to be a part of it, you're welcome to be a part of it. If you don't want to be a part of it because you're not getting your full whack of a fee, then
one thing I heard you say, my connection is shit. One thing I heard you say is it's not a live audience. Listen, if you're on the Patreon and let's say we put out 40 tickets, you can pull up, but it will be just a bit more exclusive, innit? Like 20 tickets, 40 tickets, whatever, but it's going to be through Patreon only. So subscribe to the Patreon and then you can be in the building for some of them if you quick enough.
The thing is as well, the Patreon ticket, because this is not going to run like a rap battle event. It's more of an on-set experience. So let's say it is 40 tickets. You'll be basically getting one-on-one with the battlers. If you want to chat to them, they're there to chat to. You get to see how the behind-the-scenes work. You'll get to be involved in the content that we make additionally for the channel. Like, you're not just there to be stood on your feet for 8 hours watching people rap. Like, it will be a production day. Like, Gas, you were on the pit shoot, sorry. It was a production day. We were there. We were all catered for, fed for. Like, it was a proper. That's the way it's going to run.
That's something we've also been discussing, is the idea of if it is going to be, rather than like a 12 to 6 standard battle rap event, realistically it's going to be more like a 10 to 8. Like, we want to make it more on brand. We're going to have a place for interviews, a place for shooting extra bonus content. We're going to invest the stuff that we would ordinarily be investing in the venue into equipment. So we're going to have more cameras, better cameras. We'll probably be interviewing fans and things. Like, we do want to have it be catered so you can get a fucking lunch at a battle rap event if you want.
Yeah. And if you're a fan that makes content as well, like, don't be scared of asking if you can make content while you're there. You'll have access to battlers, staff, people. Like, if you're a blogger, for example, like if you're just use Cammy, for example, if Cammy's on set, he's going to have access to all the battlers and the staff that are there that day. It's not going to be like a battle rap event where we all sit backstage and then we come out for our battles and then people get off. It's a production day. There will be downtime while we're setting over lights, setting up cameras, setting up sets and things like that. Like, there will be opportunities there. So if you want to utilize, as long as you don't leak battle footage or the results of the battles, use it. Like I say, I want as many content creators to get behind this and create their own content around it because it pushes it forward. Let's have a look. I'm just gonna keep not even trolling. You've got to let you know. Nah, you know, it's just a dead conversation, man. You can't even get it's top tiers. You can't get any more new names if it's the top tiers that are the only ones. I agree. Like I said, I'd rather have 32 mid tiers that we can build into top tiers, who are the top tiers for the next 3 years, rather than the top tiers we've got now, who are all talking about retiring in 2 months. Like, what's the point of investing in that? Michelle, no idea. It was Bobby. I can chat to you, Bobby, if you need it. Cheers, Red Wolf. Seems like a shocking idea. It's all right.
Glass half full.
Yeah, glass half
Can I
full.
just say, I don't even know. This is more of a question. I'm still doing my August event. Am I still doing the August event?
That's up to you. Yeah, we said at the start of the stream, like, Stroll's going to commit to the July event because it's all pretty much locked in. We're happy to do that. If you want to do the August event, we'll commit to that. I know.
Yeah, I'll do the August one still.
Yeah, so right there you go. So there will be 2 smaller events that we'll be committed to. That's probably where we'll end up wrapping up the academy. And then end of September, we're looking to shoot the first block of this tournament. So yeah. You event the tournament production level up. Very clever to do lives. We're always at the top. Yeah, appreciate that, man. This is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get more eyes on it and then also deliver a product to the existing fan base that have been there from the start. Like, there'd be nothing better than fucking logging on a live on a Saturday night or a Wednesday night whenever we do it and there's 20,000 people watching. You know what I mean? Like, that's more than what we're doing now. And if that translates to subscribers, it translates to new audience, it translates to battlers in the tournament gaining new fan bases because people are committing every week to watching them battle. Also, the additional content around them. We want to start building stars again. And the only way we do that is we invest in them as battlers, invest into their brand as they're a part of the tournament, and we invest in the league. And this is the only way this works. Might make a few reactions. Yeah, man, make as many reaction videos as you want. As I say, when you do it, upload it, tag Prem, and I'll whitelist the content so it goes out. King the Dot didn't get the tournament to work. I mean, they did. The Grand Prix season was massive success. They like won 100 grand.
Bill Collector won 100 grand.
Bill Collector, sorry. I was there as well. I didn't know Bill Collector. Like, yeah, you can't. Obviously, there was a few dropouts and stuff like that, but that's always going to happen. You know, life's done it. People have
and it's still got fantastic content out of the stuff they do because it wasn't like Fracked is that tournament, like past Bill Collector, like it still had fire.
100%. I don't think the new console is being named in it.
Yeah, I think hard reset's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I want. I want a hard reset. Like I say, we've got top tiers in the country now. The top tiers are doing 1 or 2 battles a year. No one's promoting. No one's pushing. I would rather invest in the next. Troubz, just before you come on, I said the main purpose of this is if we carry on doing this now, where it's top tiers battling top tiers twice a year, we do event. This runs out of steam, and
top tiers are also running out of opponents as well.
Running out of opponents, charging too much, not prepping enough, not promoting enough, and it's getting stale. This is why people are saying it's getting stale because one of the reasons Don't Flop blew up was top tiers were battling everyone and anyone. That's how you made top tiers because people were getting shock wins and jump. Remember when Raptor came into the league? He battled Youngun's Fusion on his debut, and I think he battled Gemini, and then Quill gave him a shot who was popping at the time. He had a great battle with Quill, then he went and got Tony D. He had a great battle with Tony D, and then that leads into Big Cannon. Then Raptors are top tier in 5 battles because it's projected. He's built off the back of that. Gemini did the same, came in, great battle with Raptor. 2 or 3 battles after that, he was top tier again. But people like Tally at the time was considered one of the top guys. He gave Gemini a shot. Gemini beat Tally, and it boosted Gemini up. That's the only way it works. Obviously, Cole J's done it recently with Black T. If Black T would have beat Cole J, then people are saying Black T needs to be on Apex and everything right now. But they can't do that if no one's giving them an option. And this is what I said. Sorry, I just deviated then. But I said with this idea, and I'm not going to beat around the bush here. Me and Troubz spoke a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, bro? And we was both like, I don't know what's next. Like, I'm sort of done. And I feel like if we do event, it's just going to end up coming to a halt. Whereas now I can see, if this goes well, I can see what the next 5 years are with Prem. I can see what we build and what we develop into and making it sustainable. Like, it's got to the point now where there's nothing more. Probably.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I would have been done by the end of this year if we didn't change, we didn't do something. I generally felt like I'm not gonna lie. I saw Apex as that's it. After Apex, I don't even care to do a plug this year. Yeah, it's looking like. Yeah,
I was the same, bro. Honestly, it might not be the same for everybody, but I've sat down with this tournament idea, and like I said in the staff chat today, I've had a few conversations today with distributors, and I can see where it can go now. But we've got to get there, and to get there, we've got to do this. Otherwise, throw in an event in January, throw in an event in February, no storyline, no development, no one buying into anything, no promotion. The alternative is we just go, it's been great, we've had a great 8 years. Let's pass it off to someone else now. So yeah, I think it's just got to be done. Briggz is desperate to run Gaspo first Bloodstro, and I've been trying, man. Yeah, join the sweepstake. Shannon's running a sweepstake for Apex. If you guess, the person who guesses the most right battles wins the money?
Yeah, I think that's it.
If 2 more people enter, it goes up to £150. If you want to win £150, join Shannon's sweepstake.
Can I join?
I'll join. Me and Trouble will join now. We'll just split the winnings.
Well, why not?
Let's do it.
Do you know what I'll do? I'll join, and then I'll snake Briggz. I'll add another surprise battle on the day, and then Briggz won't even know what the surprise battle is. Boom, and I'll get all the bread.
I've already said, bro, it's Bloodstro and Yannick.
I'll come up with another surprise battle that Briggsy doesn't know about, and then boom.
It's funny reading back the comments, because obviously I wasn't reading the comments while we've been talking, and now I've just come back to them and people are talking about the Joker too. Like, Trouble won't have any idea what's that related to. I said before.
I watched Joker. Is it the last one? Was it 3 years ago?
No, number 2 is quite. Listen, the thing I said. So what that's about is I said, battlers jumping on Twitter and saying battle rap's dead and it's stagnant. Why would people pay to watch you then? If you say that's your narrative you're pushing. For example, The Joker was one of my favorite films. Number 2 came out and I was really excited to watch it, and I never watched it, and I still haven't to this day watched it because Twitter said it was shit.
When did number 2 come out?
Last year.
Last year?
Yeah, it's quite recent, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I've never watched it because people said it was shit. But
I watched the first one, not the second one.
Well, the first one's one of my favorite films, but even the actors in the film said the second one was shit. So I was like, with their saying,
oh, the actors said that.
Yeah, what's he called? Joaquin Phoenix, or whatever. He came out and was like, that was shit.
I didn't even know they was allowed to say that shit. Boy.
No, they turned it into a musical, didn't he? And he didn't know or something.
Right. I do have to dip, lads, but there are a couple of comments that I've seen that are coming up and also been asked recently that I just want to address real quick, just so I've covered them. First is that Shannon asked whether we're doing Ethernet still. The long and the short is yes. I will be looking to get an Ethernet card probably towards, if not the start, maybe the end of July. I've had a couple of people that have done one previously that have said they're really interested in bringing it back. And if anything, Ethernet might be the thing that we do as a talent intake. Like, there's guys like Beyond, who's a Spaces battler, who's just had his debut.
I like Beyond as well. Still,
Like, and his friend Spirit is quite an accomplished Spaces battler as well. I'd like to bring him on. So if the end result is,
I'm looking to have them both on my August card as well.
that'd be great. So if the thing is that Ethernet turns partially into a talent intake thing for Prem before we start running live events, that we can put these tryouts on again rather than putting a tryout on and they turn out to be a bit shit, then that might be a thing. But like I say, the point of Ethernet is it's always meant to be just brand engagement and getting battlers that are accomplished on Spaces and other leagues. And, I'm reaching out to guys off iBattle, guys off, ESBL and the Discord leagues. So I really do want to, keep it going. Like it's, I don't want to say it's low effort to put together because God knows getting battle rappers to do anything is like herding cats, but it is a lot less effort than booking a venue and expecting people to turn up. And it's just good content at the end of the day. So I'm happy to keep Ethernet going. And also Sean Gray asked what city we're doing in. I don't think we talked about
that. Well, at the minute, it's likely going to be Manchester or London. I'm probably going to do block 1 in Manchester, block 2 in London, block 3. It doesn't really matter where it is because we're not relying on the fan base. It's more about the best location for this to work. For example, in Manchester, Shotty has a studio in a building that's 3 floors with multiple rooms and an infinity room in there, which, if you don't know what an infinity room is, it's basically a room with a massive white wall that you use for filming and videography and photography. So, and that's there. That we've got full access to that. London, I'll need to locate a place where we can do this. Potentially engine rooms, we were talking about, just booking engine rooms out and just doing all the content in there. But it's about the best visual look of it. So yeah, like I say, we're still fine tuning this. And yeah, so I was just reading something then that I wanted to bring up. Apex's build as elite only. To me, this screams mid-tier content. Views matter as well, mate. But I'll be honest, there's no fucking views. I don't know where the views that we're gonna lose. Like Gas Buff and Reverse has just hit 1,000 views, but it's the last battle to hit 1,000 views in like fucking a month. Like everything else is on 700, 800. I think the only other one was T
and Koj did, like
T Koj,
Bizzo, Frankie. Yeah,
Bizzo, even Bizzo, Frankie.
But again, that's a big card with big names, and like they ticked up way slower than they usually do.
Well, I don't think either of them have broke 5K yet. I think Bizzo and Frankie might adjust, but
nah, they're still on 3 point something. I watched it today. Bizzo Frankie is from 3.8, I think, and Koji Black T 3.4 or something like that. Don't quote me, but it's 3 point something.
The top tiers are not getting views, man. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah, I have to dip, lads. So appreciate you having me. Hope everyone in the chat is excited for these plans because I genuinely think it's a really positive change. And like, if people have critiques and they want to see something for it, like I say, it's all post production, so we'll make it what the people want to see.
Exactly. Nice sign off that, Gas.
Right. Catch you later, guys.
Big up, Gas.
Right. I've been on for 2 hours. Let me just fly through these comments and we'll do it because I did say I'd answer everything. Whole concept about innovation, making a league. Yeah, exactly, man. Like, look, we're not under the illusion. Some people are not going to like this. It is what it is, but something's got to change. Or the reality is, we just do Apex and go, see you later. Thanks for everything. It's time for another league to step up and take over. Which we don't want to do. We want to keep this going. So we've got to try something. We tried the team format. The team format worked until it didn't work. Then we changed. And we went back to the team format. It worked again for a bit. Then it didn't work and we changed. We adapt. It's what we've done for years. And yeah, this is just another case of us trying to adapt and expand.
And you guys going to miss coming out to events so much that whenever we do come back strong, and you're not going to be in the building.
100%.
And getting tickets. Apex though, PremierBows.club June 21st. We can only get those tickets.
Go for the button. Sorry, man. I'm just reading some of these comments. What's going on? Yeah, we'll always be transparent with everything. We always have been. Like, we don't shy away from things. If, like you say, we might do this stream in December and go, we tried it, it didn't work. Here's the battles we filmed. But if we don't try it, we won't know. Sorry, I'm not going to answer everything. I'm just my throat's fucked. I didn't realize I'd be on for 2 hours. But shouts to 700 of you watching on a fucking Friday night, nearly midnight, man. I lost every battle for Kiz and I pushed every battle I made myself. Yeah. Who's Amy Howarth? Is that Grazza? Grazza, are you on your missus account? I hope so, because I've just called Amy Grazza. If it's not Grazza, sorry, Amy. I think they're trying to bring you all the others. If you can see any comments, just bring them up. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to skip rounds to any that catch my eyes now because it's 2 hours. We look into exhibition battles. Yeah, so as I say, once we go back to live events, we won't be doing exhibition battles on the live streams because we'll have a full tournament to get through. But when we get to the semi-final, Amy's Yannick. I knew it was. I just thought in the head who's battled Giz. But yeah, there will be exhibition battles when we get to the semi-final stages. And like I say, I don't know what. I think I said this before. You was on Troubz. We're filming the group stages in September, October, November, and then nothing until March. We might fancy throwing a little small short circuit on Undisclosed in February just to something to do, and then we bring in some newcomers and exhibition battles. Like, we don't know. We're still, like I say, we're still fine tuning this. I would hope you are, Bobby. If you're not, you're not. But I'd love her, Bobby. Oh, Bobby Rex running the tournament would be great. As long as you've been on Prem, sound of it. Yeah, sorry, I should have reworded that. As long as you battled before, basically. So if you've been on No Lose Chat, if you've been on Word of Mouth, if you've been on Dope Flop, Pen Game, and you want to give it a go, as long as we can see what you're like as a battle rapper, we'll take. Like I say, we're going to accept the best 32 that apply. And if you don't make it, it's just unfortunate at the minute. But there will be other opportunities, I'm guessing. So yeah, we'll figure it out. Question: there's always big things about battles make sense. If this tournament's drawn out of a hat, there's a chance to make a lot of mismatches. Mismatches make good battles, though, mate. James Corden's battling. Yeah, he's battling Shotty. Yeah, that's the secret battle. Is this a move to the typical top tier battle? Starting to move away from battling. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are saying they're retiring, and it's not even retiring. It's a lot of the top tier have battled everyone. There's not a lot of matchups to make. You know, we're squeezing rematches out the hat just to get someone on a card. Just about making it interesting again, man. Briggz, can we get a? Oh, sorry, Graz, I've missed that. I'll leave this live stream up anyway. Way better than How can we make sure battlers don't back out of battles? Obviously, the people who enter will look at their track record anyway. If we want people that are going to commit to it. If they do back out of a battle, then they just lose that matchup once they're in the tournament anyway. It does happen. People have accidents, people have work, people have issues. But as long as we give enough time and notice of where they've got to be and when they've got to be, we'd hope everyone commits to it and gets there. That's all we can really do at this point. Championship belts. We've been through that. Stream press will be great. She's more flexible with timing. Exactly. Yeah, I think because of the Luna stuff on that. Sorry, guys. What I'm going to do, if I've not answered your question, I'm just going to scroll down to the end. If I've not answered your question, put it in the comments on the video, and I'll go through all of them this weekend, and I'll reply to every single one of them, as long as it's not fucking stupid. But yeah, leave a comment in there, and then we'll go from there. Is Mr. Tongue Twister in the tournament? No one's in the tournament yet. I'll put it in there. I'll put the application form out this weekend, and then we'll go from there. Kojo's battling in it. What you want about? Right, I'm going to end it there. Shouts to everyone that has locked in. Have you got anything you want to add to it, Troubz?
Nah. Get your tickets from Club, Apex, June 21st. Yeah.
Get your ticket, man. Let's celebrate Prem. Let's celebrate Troubz' birthday. Let's celebrate Apex. And like I say, we don't know. It's not for me or Troubz or Prem to say who's retiring or whatever. They can do that themselves, but come and celebrate because it might be the last time you see some of these guys. So come and celebrate what they do. And if you're a battler on this card, show up, man. Show up for this. Like this is an event to show out on. We branded it as elite only. You've been selected on this card because we think you're some of the best in the country, if not the best in the country. And we want to put on something special. Like I say, I want people to walk out of that room going, what a fucking event that was. That was why I love this shit. And the only way we can do that is if we deliver from a Prem perspective with the production and you deliver on stage. And obviously, the more people in the venue, the better the crowd, the better the atmosphere, the better the vibe, the better the footage, the more adrenaline it gives the battlers, and the better the show we get. So let's go. Cole J said he's not rapping with no beat. Pen Game's done a number on Cole J, you know. He's fucking done with
Cole J, you see Cole J, yeah? Cole J was, before Pen Game, he was talking about being Battler of the Year. It's going to be hard for him not to win Battler of the Year. After Pen Game, he's talking about retiring. I don't know. Or he has to be Battle of the Year. He has to have a beat on, and Margs is his best friend.
Bloody hell, KJ. No, we love him. But yo, fucking 10 to midnight, man, and we've got 700 people still locked in. So shouts to you all. Premier Battle Spot Club. Go and get your tickets for June 21st. We are in London with the biggest UK battle rap event of the year. Be there. And then make sure you get to Patreon as well. If you sign up to Patreon, you'll get access to the event the day after, VOD. And then, yeah, the tickets for this tournament setup will be out when we announce it. But yeah, I'll drop the application form probably this weekend or start next week. But shouts to everyone as always, man. Shouts to everyone.
Love my bro. I'm out as well. I'm just going from work. So love everyone.
Love.
See you at Apex.
Bye-bye.